Gamers, do we know about Backseat Sakurai? If you guys don't remember him, he was he made this video, and if you couldn't tell from past Musty's various reactions, it was very funny. He was basically he cut the roster essentially. He was like, what philosophy is Sakurai gonna go for with the next one, right? So obviously he was cutting down the roster. No, I'm not against cutting rosters, obviously, and some of his choices, while chicanerous, were understandable, right? Like cutting Rosalino, harsh, but fair. Bowser Jr. again, harsh, but fair. Firstly, his overall principle, he wants characters to like always be timeless as opposed to like a character of the moment.
I generally dislike when characters, whether visually or mechanically, have elements that tie them in oddly specific ways to one particular game. I don't think Mario should just get an Elephant Mario move this time around because that's his most recent special move. I just think it feels icky to boot up one of these games a few years down the line and immediately see something and go, oh yeah, this game is from 2007. That's why this is like this.
To which I say, well, I don't necessarily agree with that. Like, if the Smash Ultimate Link is the Breath of the Wild Link, but the next game's Link is like a different Link, what's wrong with that? But for him, it's like, no, they should have like one, you look across, like, does that make sense? So I'm just like, already he was on thin ice with that, you know what I mean? I'm just like, strange. Once he got to his Pokemon one, obviously, of course, I am a Pokemon Andy, so I was very, very biased. He made the choice to cut every Pokemon bar the Gen 1 ones, and he got rid of Jigglypuff as well. And I'm just like, you're gonna get rid of like some of the most popular Pokemon ever made. Like what, Lucario, Greninja, playstyles as well, like Incineroar. Got rid of just all of those just because. What also didn't help is that every single time you cut someone, he was always like really snarky about it. Throughout the entire video, it wasn't even just like one bit of snark, but throughout the entire video, he was just extremely snarky.
The hero that never was, except on the Game Boy one more time. And as a really obnoxious anime character once Sakurai made Uprising. Palutena can take a hike as well. She's really a character that should be in the background of a Skyworld stage or something, not cluttering up the character select screen. We're already in the realm of annoying anime yappers. One character with an additional 3 variants beneath him is more than generous. Hate me, for I speak the truth. The younger crowd especially is not gonna like this, but my young Padawans, trust me. There are so many games that came out prior to 2010. The demon-persuading antics of Mega 10 are some of my favorite role-playing experiences. It's like Pokemon, but first, and if it was actually, you know, good.
To Pokemon, he was extremely snarky. In the comments, and also he cut Xenoblade completely as well. He was also extremely snarky to like the Xenoblade stands, even, and he got me defending Xenoblade. I think the worst crime of all was he called Steve analogous to Skibidi Toilet. Which is like the most boomer thing I heard. Now, he did admit he was joking, admittedly, but part of me thinks he wasn't. I genuinely don't believe he was joking when he said that. If it wasn't a joke, it was a poorly timed one. So as a result, we gave him he was another case of boomer's gonna boom, go start a family. He's my age, by the way. He's 30 years old, if you're curious. There was a companion stream that he made, which was to follow up on this video. Now, we didn't end up watching the whole thing because, again, the whole stream was 6.5 hours long. You guys had enough. But Castform, if I say thank you, Castform, round of applause to Castform. Thank you. Decided to grace us with some wonderful timestamps to give us so we can click around and get the most chicanerous bites sizes. We will get started with the Boom Ocalypse gamers. So let's go with the first minute. You guys can hear him just fine.
Hello.
Bloody, you already sound exhausted, lad. I mean, granted, I did at the beginning of the stream, but, you know. Perk up a little, lad. Perk up, hey. Have a coffee, mate. Have a coffee. I've worked 17 hours of the last 26, all right? Come on. Wake up, old man. Come on. Get started.
And welcome. We should be live. Just gonna be, playing some old games.
Yeah, I can tell. What the hell is this? I had no idea what this game is. It looked kind of cool in all fairness, though.
As the boomer that I am. And, yeah, we're just going to, talk about Smash.
Yeah?
Let's talk about Smash, baby.
Yeah?
Let's talk about Luigi.
Boost the volume. Hang on. Is it this one?
Let's talk about Jigglypuff. Alright. Let's talk about roster cuts. And we're going to be playing this old game.
Listen, I'm not gonna fault you for the singing. I am one to break out into song for no reason. I don't know why you never 2 times, bro. This hurts. Because listen, brother. I've got ADHD. Maybe you should get yourself tested, brother. Maybe you should get yourself tested. All right. There's no chance I'm 2 times in this fucking absolute miracle of a stream we have here. All right. So we go to 8:53, talking about classic Sonic.
I'll talk to you specifically about Sonic, because that's something...
So, oh, hang on. Also, just a recap from last episode. I won't do too many recaps. It's your fault for missing last stream. His entire thing about Sonic was... You know the Sonic? There's 3 words you say when it comes to Sonic. Redo his moveset. That's all you have to say. That's all you have to say. Do you know what he said instead? Let's make him classic Sonic. Classic Sonic. If he wasn't boomer enough, chat, you know the one thing that everyone hates about... The one thing everyone hates about Sonic is that his moveset isn't varied enough. Let's make him a version that is guaranteed not to have a varied moveset. Classic. What did he have to say about that?
Actually have a lot to say about. And you gotta understand when I say this, like... And whatever, it's all opinions. Like, I understand that people like modern Sonic and stuff like that. But I think there's a couple things you gotta keep in mind, okay?
Okay, yeah.
I think that when people make the argument that, well, Sonic has been modern Sonic for like 25 years.
Which is a valid argument.
Well, first off, I think there's a little bit of validity to that, but also
there's a lot of validity,
not
I'd say,
really,
but
because even Sega
really?
themselves, even Sega themselves still have to go back to the well on classic Sonic over and over and over and over again, right? Like...
I think the implication of how you... Now, I will give you some leeway because this is a live stream. He is talking a bit more off the cuff. But the implication of the phrase going back to the well implies that modern Sonic is no longer like the big man on campus. And like classic Sonic is essentially carrying the franchise, right? That's the implication you're making. Whereas you could maybe argue they've got, like, you know, pulled the ripcord, you know, maybe one too many times. I'd say modern Sonic is in a good place in its own right, especially in them now. Like, when did he make that video for context, chat? That Smash video? Just for context. When did he make that? I'm guessing it was in production for a while, presumably. But if it was 2 weeks ago, like, as of now, like, modern Sonic is in a pretty solid point. So if you were going to do the, all right, let's abandon classic Sonic, like, modern Sonic and go with classic, probably should have done that, like, a while back, you know? You've had the movies, you've got Sonic X Shadow Generations. Like, we're balling right now. Like, Sonic fans are eating good. For the first time ever, Sonic fans can say they're eating good in the movie and the game department. They're by winning. They're winning on both fronts. It's unbelievable. So as of now, I would say that modern Sonic is probably more relevant than ever. Whereas classic Sonic probably had, considering that Superstars was a bit of a flop, I'd say, if anything, the pendulum's kind of swung in that, whereas you could maybe have argued classic Sonic had a bit of a pull, maybe not so much anymore. Like, it's modern Sonic, man, you know? It's the only video game fandom winning in the movie department, real.
The idea, like, we just got, I know that they're not really that held in high regard, but Sonic Superstars, I mean, Sonic Mania is one of the more critically acclaimed recent things. All the Generation stuff with X Shadow has classic Sonic.
What game he playing? I like what I see.
I think that's the name. It does look like a cool game, in all fairness. It does look like a cool game. So I'll give him that at least.
So, like, not that modern Sonic has not become the quote-unquote default Sonic.
It has, yeah.
He has,
yeah,
obviously. Yeah. But this idea that, like, classic Sonic is purely a relic of the past that, like, is irrelevant and has no bearing on Sonic at all.
No one said this. No one said this. None at all. No one's ever said this. Has anyone ever said this? Like, who? It's more so, if you were going to do the old man thing of referencing a series' origins, like Sakurai, I would say, is very, very good. Sakurai is generally very good at, like, referencing a series' origins. But in Sonic's case, I think we're all happy that he didn't, right? Like, would you, like, firstly, who said that? Strange statement, Mr. Baxi Sakurai. I'll give you a strike for that.
I feel like that's a mischaracterization, because even within the Sonic series, that's a well they keep going back to over.
No. Again, in the modern day, I don't think you can say it's a well they keep going back to in 2025. I don't think you can say that. I don't think you could say that. No, absolutely not.
And over again. And secondly,
you're just old, brother.
I do think that I empathize with the Sonic fan base, and I'm not trying to be one of
guys, he's got empathy.
I understand. Yes. You guys went through 15, 20...
True, it's true, yes. 15, 20 years of hurt.
Years of people just constantly
I was one of them, champ.
On post-Genesis Sonic.
He's an empath, guys. He's an empath, okay?
So I'm not trying to add to that. And I empathize with you guys. And I actually respect the fandom. And
I don't.
Sonic, I mean, I grew up with Sonic. I love Sonic. But, I do think there's something to be said about the fact that, like, if we're being totally honest, in the wider scope of things, like, those Genesis games cast a long shadow over the entire series. Like,
do they? I'd have to ask Sonic fans more so. If you're asking me from the outside looking in, not particularly. If anything, from my like experience of staring into the Sonic fandom abyss, I would say it's the boost formula that casts a huge shadow. Because there seems to be like a bit of it. I've never seen a Sonic fan talk about they should go back to like Genesis roots. Like they might mention it every now and again, but not so much recently. If anything, now from my casual viewing, it's more so we have to get rid of the boost formula. We have to go to an adventure style. That seems to be more so the conversations that are happening nowadays, I would say, but that's just me spitballing. I don't know. To me, this statement seems a bit off. Recently, not that much, no. Or they do it all the time. See, I'm getting mixed readings. It feels like the adventure games are the really popular ones. See, same here. I don't even understand the boost haters. Yeah, same. I don't understand anything, honestly. That's. I wouldn't say they cast a huge shadow. I mean, not so much now.
I don't want to say this because it sounds like I'm just being really like mean and like rude.
Go on, be mean. Do it.
But like,
do it. Be mean.
As someone who lived through it all and was like
old,
conscious.
Oh, he is booming. Just admit, brother. Don't be shameless. Hey, listen, if you're gonna boom, be shameful about it, okay? I am You guys will never know what it was like to grow up with the GameCube. The scrimbliest, drimbliest little my console had a handle on the back for no reason, all right? Fuck you, Zoomers. Get out. You gotta be shameless about it, brother. I'll be honest with you. If you're gonna be old, at least be shameless. They come in a pair, you know?
Through all of it, If it weren't for those Genesis games, Sonic would be Ty the Tasmanian tiger. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, sure, but what's the like? You could argue that those games definitely put them on the map in the 90s, but like, so I'd say the adventure games definitely held their own weight. Obviously, 06, they had a bit of a blunder in like the mid-late 2000s, you know, with the 06 Shadow. You know, like what would
like those games are what made Sonic and kind of carried him through all those years of like mishandling and stuff like that. I'm rooting for Sonic. I love Sonic, but I think, I don't know. I understand why people get mad about the Genesis stuff, but let's see. Well, Sega has made a lot of bad decisions with the series. Even they thought that Superstars was a disappointment. Yeah. I heard people. I was kind of bummed because I thought the game.
Nowadays, some folks want them to do something akin to adventure, at least from what I heard. We're also at the point where the 2000s games were most popular, so that was what folks asked for. Yeah, like back when Mania was like before pre-Mania, like I would say the predominant Sonic fan base back then was like, oh, they grew up with the Genesis game, so they wanted like a throwback, and they got their throwback. But as I say, like a lot of like online Sonic fans now, they're like in their 20s, probably grew up with like, yeah, the adventure games. That's probably why there's a lot of conversation around that, you know? Mark my words, chat, in like 5 years, guys, you need to Sega needs to remake Sonic 06. Like, really make it the game it was supposed to be, okay, guys? It got a lot of unfair stick back in the day.
Looked cool, but I was actually considering picking it up, but all I heard about it was that it was like super short and disappointing and just...
Either way, he didn't really talk about the element of classic Sonic. He didn't really talk about the thing that everyone was rightfully annoyed about, which is, why did you decide to add classic Sonic? So, bit disappointing there, Mr. Sakurai. That's strike one. Let's go for his timestamp 2, which is he talks about... So, one of his choices for the Final Fantasy representation is that he completely got rid of Cloud and Sephiroth and instead added in their place Black Mage. Because, you know, we need to harken back to the series' roots. Because he seems to have some insane aversion to representing the character that's the most iconic instead of representing... he loves to represent mascots instead of the character that most people would probably see as the most iconic. I don't know why. I consider it a boomerism. So let's see what he thinks about that.
Actually a good thing since Smash is about gaming history in general, not just Nintendo history. Well, in a way,
I will 1.5 him. He's focusing too much on playing the game. You're making that horrible streamer mistake.
I agree with that, but my whole thing is, if it's a series that has Nintendo history to show off, I don't really understand why you wouldn't do that, right? And it's
I'm sure he'll explain, but that literally makes no sense. The statement always, bearing in mind, he got rid of Cloud and Sephiroth because they were PlayStation representation, and they're like, who cares? Does he explain himself?
not even about necessarily just the Nintendo Association, but also the fact that Cloud is just representing one game. So even if you're just looking at it in terms of like representing Final Fantasy overall as a series the best, the Black Mage is like totally like recurring from the first game up through the modern games. So even forgetting the Nintendo connection, which I do value
for some reason,
but even forgetting that, I mean, just in terms of like I can't imagine being a Final Fantasy fan where like you play all the games and you're into all the games and you're like, yeah, that's totally cool that it's just gonna be like Final Fantasy VII stuff forever, and we're just gonna.
Yeah, I imagine it must be like a little bit annoying, but then holy shit, I got Final Fantasy and Super Smash Brothers. Does that make sense? Like, when it comes to like a series that probably, like, when it comes to Nintendo like first party games, I can understand you being a bit annoyed if like the representation is something a bit more surface level and shallow. But if you're a guest universe in a Smash Brothers game, I don't think you're complaining. Does that make sense? I think you're going to take whichever representation for your series you get, as long as it's a fun character to play and it makes sense. And I think those two fit the bill when it comes to Cloud. Cloud is like easily one of the most iconic Final Fantasy characters. Even as someone who doesn't know anything about the series, I know about Cloud. So he's like the most iconic choice, and he's quite fun to play as well. I like his moveset. I don't really play him a lot, but he's quite fun to play. So those are he fits the bill. So why would you get rid of him in favor of Black Mage? It just makes no sense to me. Like, if Cloud wasn't in the game and you wanted to represent Final Fantasy with Black Mage, then fair. But you're going to rip him away just for some, like, skunkly bunkly that no one's ever heard of? Get out of here, old man. I don't get it. I don't get it. I can't imagine being a fan of the series and only getting one rep forever. Anyway, change Sonic to his classic design. No, but it's like, what's wrong with having one rep? Like, if you're a third-party universe, you're probably only getting one rep. Let's be real here. Like, I think you could probably get one rep and be happy with that. Like, would it be nice if Sonic also had like Knuckles or Shadow or blah, blah, blah? It would be nice, but I think one rep is enough for any third-party representation. So if you're going to have one that's either have one that's the most iconic or the most representative of your series as a whole, right? You have these like cool fucking anime hair, big sword ass protagonists. I think that represents Final Fantasy quite well, if you ask me. So, some people did complain about Sephiroth, but that meant another character stage and a tiny bit more music. No, like, Sephiroth was definitely a bit, maybe you could argue that was a bit strange. You know, for a second FF rep, another one from FF7, that's a better argument. I could understand you cutting maybe Sephiroth in favor of someone else to represent Final Fantasy, but again, gutting both of them? Come on now. That's a little crazy, you know?
Ignore the rest of the series. Like, that just seems weird to me, right? Like, I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy fan, and
then maybe you should have, you know, done some reading or talked to someone that was. I don't know what to tell you, brother. I don't know what to tell you, honestly.
A similar situation that I brought up in the video was like with Jack Frost replacing Joker, and I am a huge Shin Megami Tensei fan, and like I just can't even wrap my mind around how someone, unless you've only played Persona 5, I don't understand how you would want Joker in as the representative. If you're actually a fan of the series, like, I just can't.
Not a real fan! Not a real fan! It's like, if you're a big fan like you claim you are, surely you can understand that Joker's the most iconic and is the one that, like, I would say, I said put Persona on the map, right? I'm being a bit inflammatory when I say that, but it's the one that I played. I've not played any other Persona games. I played 5, and there's probably a bunch of people here who've played 5, but didn't even know about the series beforehand. So he's the one that kind of, if there was going to be a rep, I'd say Joker's a fantastic representation, you know? So I just don't understand why you'd get rid of an iconic modern day rep for your series in favor of some skunkly bunkly junkly. And the idea that I'm going to be honest, Sakurai, even the idea that you had wasn't even that fucking cool. At least when you, and he did this, by the way, if you guys want to watch that stream, at least when you said that Pokemon trainers should like actually fight on the stage as opposed to like commanding the Pokemon, and he like comes up with and like calls up all his movesets like summon different Pokemon. That was like a cool idea. Shit for a Smash game, but a cool idea. Your idea for like a SMT rep was dog shit, I'll be honest. It wasn't that good, brother. It was all a million P5 spin-off and has made guest appearances everywhere. He's a symbol of the series now. Again, he's just in mascot mode. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, why would you get rid of the character that's essentially your Cloud as Moon Ghost Doodle kind of puts it, for like no reason, just for some Jack Frost motherfucker. Is channel on screen? Oh, there we are. Let's fix now.
Even begin to wrap my mind. It's not that Joker isn't awesome. Like, and even in the video, like I was joking around where I'm like, you know, like I believe in the Phantom Thieves and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like Persona 5 is one of the best games I played in probably like a decade. But it's like, you know, if we could have something that has literally been around since the 80s and is still prevalent and is still something you're going to see in the new games, like, I just don't get it.
Well, you don't get it because you're old. And I'm that's not even me like being mean. Like when I say old, usually I'm being mean for the sake of being mean. Literally just old. Because like take it from someone who has played video games for like 30 years, just like you. I think representation of like video games is something that's very, very, very important. But I also understand the appeal of someone that's just iconic. You know, an icon. Like both. Holy shit, 2 cakes. Do you know what I mean? Like I love that Game & Watch is a character. What a clever idea to represent the old LED like screens as an entire character and have his moveset based on each of the games. What a phenomenal idea for a character. I love that there's a era of Nintendo history that I wasn't born for that is represented in a character so beautifully. I also just want to play the Joker man in the video game because I played him as in Persona 5. Like, can we not have both? Like, it makes it seem like we can't have both. Do you know what I mean? You can have your mascots, but you can also have your like stars. You know, you can have both, man. Why is it like one cake? Why is it one cake? He's stuck on one cake. It's unbelievable, man. Persona 5 in the map in the West, anyway. I can understand in one of the characters what he's familiar with, but Joker, who's the vast majority knows, is far more popular. It was like, yeah, it's like there's room for both. That's what I understand. There's room for both. Like I don't get it. Old, but anyway, next timestamp. 17. Oh, it's close. 1734.
Skibidi that was okay. It doesn't make let's see. It doesn't make sense why Minecraft is in the same category of Skibidi. That was.
Oh yeah, he's addressing the Skibidi toilet allegations, which is a statement I never thought I'd say, but I'm being legit when I say that. I'm not even joking. He is now addressing the Skibidi toilet allegations.
Okay. See, again, this is like when I was talking about that. The only reason I brought that up, Fortnite and Five Nights at Freddy's, I brought that up to make fun of myself. I literally said, as an old person, it makes me feel like Skibidi toilet. And then I immediately followed it up by saying that that's completely ridiculous and it has nothing to do with Minecraft. And actually, Minecraft is pretty wonderful and whimsical and awesome, and that I'm going to keep it on the roster. So it's like, even people getting mad at that was a little bit odd and confusing to me, because it's like, I'm literally just trying to be lighthearted and make fun of myself.
I know exactly why. No, I'm going to find the timestamp real quick, chat. Pardon me for a second. I know exactly why people go annoyed at you. I can point it, because you did say, hang on. I'll point to exactly the language that you used that fucked you up, that like ruined your entire day. I'll be so for real with you. If I can find him, Snake. Okay, I'm just gonna find it live. So hey, that's the full roster: Kazuya, Bayonetta, Sora. If we go back a bit more, Snake is there. Where's Speeve? Is Speeve like further back, or is it? That's Joker. Probably be a little forward, right? I think Steve was like one of the last characters he talked about, right? If anyone has a timestamp, they could help me out, because I could point you the exact point where I was like, yeah, I can understand why people get annoyed at this. I'm a bit of a rhetorician, chat. I know how to talk, all right, in a way that doesn't make you sound like a cunt. At least when, oh, here it is. Okay, it's over here. Here it is. Hang on. Boom. Here we are. Unmute tab.
TikTok, Costco guy, Phantom Tax, brain rot. To the younger people out there, it probably sounds like I'm...
Hang on, let's start from the beginning of the section. We'll watch this part back and I'll show you exactly what you fucked up, brother.
Play mechanics are totally unique and cool. It does at times feel just a smidge too close to Skibidi Toilet.
So, like, I think, I want to on the beginning of this.
Microsoft, Minecraft Steven might be the most conflicting character on the entire roster to me.
Like, again, you started by saying conflicting character in the entire roster. I'm like... Strange way to start the phrasing, but continue.
Whether I decide ultimately to keep or trash him, he deserves some special recognition as the only character in the game that genuinely sends me into a spiraling existential crisis every time I ponder his inclusion. I am evenly split between two equally strong opinions on this one, so take a walk with me here.
Again, two equally strong opinions. That's two phrases that indicate to me you're not joking. Twice. Let's see if we can count any more, chat.
I have had very little experience with Minecraft. I played it a little bit very early on.
So he talks about his history. He makes the joke.
There's a large part of me, as an old curmudgeon, that does sort of wince at the sight of him on the character select screen. Well, I think he's cartoony and...
Does this sound like, I don't know, does it really sound like he's like... Because if I was going to make a joke, I'd be like, I don't know, guys. I don't know, man. There's something about it that makes me just go, oh, man, and old. Like, you maybe, like, change your tone, add a couple of extra edits. Like, this joke is formulated poorly. This feels like the classic case. Yeah, there you go. It was just the joke safety net. You're using the same tone that you're still using throughout the entire video while you're making this joke, just to clarify.
All that cultural baggage, there is a large part of me, as an old curmudgeon, that does sort of wince at the sight of him on the character select screen. While I think he's cartoony and whimsical and strange...
Your delivery doesn't really work, I would say, in this instance. I think you should have changed up your delivery, brother. That's why... This feels like a... But I was joking, guys!
and his gameplay...
I think your final bit, where you, like, reinforce the take, doesn't help neither. This bit here, hang on.
Freddy's John Pork TikTok...
Like, literally, this, hang on.
It does at times feel just a smidge too close to Skibidi Toilet, Ohio Riz, Five Nights at Freddy's, John Pork, TikTok,
I want John Pork, just to clarify, guys.
It probably sounds like I'm just telling you to get off my lawn and shaking my fist at a cloud, but you gotta understand, seeing Steve pop up in Smash does stir up this specific type of unease, as if next time it's going to be Jonesy from Fortnite dropping into the battle, and that is just disgusting. However...
What a joke! I'm laughing! I'm like, what a joke!
I do acknowledge that very little of this has to do with Minecraft itself. Minecraft outdates almost all this other stuff, has maintained immense cultural relevance, is a genuinely interesting and creative game, has been pretty consistently present on Nintendo hardware, is mostly free of modern trappings like microtransactions and loot box battle pass nonsense. Genuinely, out of everything that's distinctly past my time and popular with those dang kids, I think Minecraft is a surprisingly pure and even Nintendo-esque sort of thing. So my curmudgeonliness around Steve actually makes me feel bad. I can totally empathize with and understand that for a lot of kids, or even young adults at this point, Steve is their Banjo and Kazooie. And judgmental old folk like me are the ones trying to pry it away from them. So
yes.
I'm kind of at a loss. Let's just put it this way. Assuming that this...
You're kind of at a loss. I'd give it another... A loss for what, brother? You've admitted you're old. There is no loss. You're old. Do you know what I mean? This is the part where you go, yeah, I'm just old. He's in the game. Do you know what I mean? This is the part where that's what you say. If you're going to make this whole, I'm a boomer, and I understand I'm booming, that's when you just go, yeah, he's in the game, though. I'm just fucking with you guys. Then it'd probably be like, oh, it's a bit more clear that it's a joke. But
isn't the first step down a path that leads us to Fortnite and Smash? I'm totally fine with Steve being here. If it is a first step down that path, then please... get off my lawn.
Yeah, the joke just wasn't delivered well. That's why I'd put it. I could see how you think it was a joke, but yeah, it was poorly delivered, brother. Poorly delivered. Work on the... It's like, do you know what I mean? It's like, what's it? I feel the same way about that as I feel whenever, like, I watch a video on stream and they decide to do a skit. I'm just like, oh no. Oh no, they think they could be funny. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, we're going into the funny verse. Oh no, take me away. That's what that felt like, brother. I'll be real with you. Work on it next time, okay? The tone needs to be adjusted, brother. Because I don't think it came across, even when I was live, I don't think it came across as enough of a joke for me. I thought I could, especially considering your boomer ass takes for the entire video, I could believe you were being legit here, so that's why everyone's annoyed at you, but let's continue this timestamp.
Like, I literally went on like a whole long diatribe immediately after that about how cute and Nintendo-esque Minecraft is. So like, I just don't, I don't get how that could be what someone like walks away from the video feeling. You know what I mean?
I played the video, guys, and you could form your own take. To me, if you're asking me personally, I could 100% understand with the context of the whole video I watched up before that point to that point in Steve. Yeah, I could understand why a lot of people didn't think that was a joke.
It was very odd to me. Like, hold on. Maybe also. Wait, Fortnite and Five Nights at Freddy's being in Smash wouldn't really be a bad idea. I mean, that...
It wouldn't, no.
That I'm just gonna disagree with you on. I mean, I don't...
Old. I said it before, chat, and I'll say it again. I'll say it as many times as Black Seat Sakurai. I'll say it loud and proud for him, okay? The only reason, repeat with me, chat, the only reason a character should not be in Smash is if Sakurai believes he could not translate how they feel in the game to how they would feel in Smash. Literally the only reason, and that's the only reason. Only reason. I think Sakurai's personal philosophy is it has to be predominantly video game based. So obviously, like characters like Goku and Spider-Man are kind of, in limbo. But if you're asking me as a player of Smash, that's the only thing I want. The only thing I want is Sakurai's ability to make a character play as if they're natural to their game is amazing. And if you can do that, then fair. If you can't, then no. That's the only thing. I don't care about anything else.
Because that's the other thing. It's like, we could say, oh, it should just be all of gaming history, and technically Fortnite is gaming history.
It is! Modern gaming
whatever,
history.
But it's like, no one really believes that, right? Like,
no one? Hang on, hold on. Hang on. Don't applause that. Oh, Mr. I want to represent Final Fantasy with Black Mage because it's the old one? Mr. Joker's too new, bring back SMT1 guy? What the fuck are you doing? hang on. Let me let him elaborate. Hang on. Maybe I pause champ in chat. Let's hope he saves this take. Hang on.
When you look at like character wants and fan requests, like even if we're going by that logic, well then okay, I guess we need a World of Warcraft character, we need a Call of Duty character, we need a Grand Theft Auto character, we need, right? Like there's like 1,000 things. If we're just going like the no holds barred, like all of gaming approach, there are like,
again, the question I'd ask you is why not? Like I think if you're asking me, I think a Call of Duty rep might be a bit crazy because maybe the only reason I'd say no Call of Duty rep is because probably I don't know if they want like a game of that ilk to be associated with Smash, if that makes sense. But if they could pull off, why wouldn't they? Like that's the again, if they could pull it off, that's the only rule. The only thing that's stopping you from getting a character in Smash is if you could pitch it to me. And assuming I'm Sakurai, obviously. If I was Masahiro Sakurai, the only thing that would stop me is if Rockstar came in, presentation, Shark Tank style, and was like, I'd be like, do you know what? Fair, based, in the game. If they failed, I'd be like, nah, shit moveset, get out. Who'd represent COD? I don't know, actually. Mason, what do the numbers mean? If you want, like, Black Ops, I'd go with Mason. If you want, like, Modern Warfare, Price, maybe? Or if you're going to zombies, Rick Toffen, obviously, is, I think, a good go-to.
15 things easily that I could think of that would, like, be long overdue. But no one wants that. Like, I don't believe that anyone wants that. I feel
and then the Smash stage would be like, what's it? Nuketown. Oh, Nuketown, hang on.
Wait.
If we had a COD representative, we get Nuketown in fucking Smash. That'd be funny. Oh man, that'd be funny. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be funny. I want COD in Smash just to get Nuketown. I don't even want a character. Just give me Nuketown as a state. I would love to play Nuketown. If I can say Smash, that'd be so fun. What iconic map. I would love that to be represented in video games.
People just start bringing out it's about all of gaming, like, whatever, like, thing.
Is it not?
When it kind of suits whatever they're particularly making an argument for in that
Yeah, aren't you doing that right now?
moment.
Aren't you literally doing that right now, though?
I don't know. Like, dude, okay, if we wanted to represent all of gaming, one of my favorite games is Half-Life 1.
Okay.
Let's get Gordon Freeman.
Yeah, get Gordon Freeman in. What are we doing? Yes! If you could sell me on Gordon Freeman, if Gordon Freeman has enough about him where he can make a moveset, put him in the game. Put him in the game. What? Why not? Put him in the game. If anything, if anything, hang on, stop it. Stop the count chat. If anything, I don't really know much about like PC games in like the 2000s because I didn't own a PC, right? From what I understand about Half-Life, it was a very influential FPS of its time, right? I hear all the time when people talk about Half-Life. Like, it was one of Valve's early successes. It was extremely influential in the FPS genre at the time. It definitely has earned its icon status. So why wouldn't you put it in the game? If you could make it work. His death sound could be like the Gmod. I think I got that on my soundboard. Where's the G? It could be like. That'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it?
All right, but like, no, like it's undoubtedly like a historically important game.
Yes!
But it has nothing to do with Nintendo. Oh man, I got squashed.
Neither does like a lot of. Oh man. Oh, he's so old. Game is so.
It's not that I was being ironic. Dude,
no whimsy.
I mean, if you literally listen to what I said, I'm saying that's ridiculous. None of these things actually have anything to do with Minecraft. Like, I literally say that in the video, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. Like,
you said your delivery was definitely shit, I'll be honest with you.
I guess I just can't try to be, like, funny. Like, that's the whole thing.
No, you can. It's just, you need to, like, alter your delivery or make it, like, a lot more clearer that you're joking. Because it was not, brother.
Like, a lot of the stuff, even when I was, like, cutting the Pokemon and I had them in the trash can, like...
Yes!
I was just trying to be funny and, like, all right, if I'm gonna, like, advocate for cuts...
Again, I don't think the joke worked for me personally. Again, I'm a Pokemon scribbly, so I'm willing to put that aside because I'm a Pokemon scribbly, so of course I didn't find that funny. But at the same time, you were just needlessly mean for a lot of it. You were needlessly, like... It wasn't even mean. It wasn't even mean. Mean is the wrong word. It was, like, just needless, like, parting shots. Like, do you know how, when I say that, I mean, as in, like, imagine if someone cycled past you as you're walking down the street and it's like, nice haircut, bozo! It's like, what was that about? But, like, the first time someone does it, you can, like, write it off as, that's a fucking weirdo. But, like, if it happened 11 times you're walking down the street, you're like, what the hell, man? What's going on? I'm talking to my barber right now. I'm talking to my barber. Hey, I need a refund. You fucked up my hair. 10 people have passed by saying, nice haircut, dingus. That's what it felt like, you know? So the first time you did it was kind of like, okay, like, what the hell? what was that about? But like, you did it like 10, 15 times, brother. What are we doing here?
You think about Dark Souls in Smash. Now, listen, this is another example. Like,
Dark
I
Souls
love
would be
Dark
great.
Souls. I actually just, I played Demon Souls when it came out, and I thought it was cool, but I wasn't like head over heels with
Have you played God of War?
Demon Souls. But I just last summer like played through the entire like Dark Souls trilogy. I love it, but I don't know. I just don't think it fits aesthetically into Smash really. Or
That's the gamers. It's the it's the aesthetic song on my mother's life. I didn't know. Listen, I knew gamers were racist. I didn't know you guys were this racist. Honestly, this is unreal. This is unreal, guys. Guys, hang on. Can I hear that again?
But I don't know. I just don't think it fits aesthetically into Smash really. Or
Do you hear that chat?
a bit. But I don't know. I just don't think it fits aesthetically into Smash really. Or, like maybe a cool like Solaire assist trophy or something, you know, but like as a fighter, like a chosen undead fighter or something. Like I don't know.
Very strange. Very strange, brother.
That's again. It's like, well, now we're just on gaming history, right? Like, Gordon Freeman would be perfect for Smash. I'm gonna be so for real. But
Yeah.
yeah, like, see, okay, if we're just going off of total like personal wish list, I'm not trying to have any sort of curatorial approach. Like, what would make me giggle and smile? Like, yeah, Gordon Freeman would be cool with a gravity gun and.
So I love how you downplay the addition of him. It's like, oh, if we're just being silly. And people wonder why they couldn't take your jokes. Like, brother, listen, that's kind of, I don't know, brother. I'm VAR checking that, right?
Backseat Sakurai.
He's this is morning ringtone, eh? Literally, that's all he does. He imagines himself marching in to every video game that's irrelevant and putting them in the camps. That's what he imagines. Thank you for the tip, bro. That's crazy.
You know, crowbar, and you could even give him the from the expansion of Half-Life 1 where you get the what is it called? The thing with the enemy with the tongue that sucks you up to the ceiling and you could swing around with it and stuff. There's tons of stuff you could do with
Well, then add him into the... boring. This guy's boring. Is there any more? There's more to this time, so let's keep it playing.
with Gordon Freeman, but he doesn't belong in Smash. You know what I mean? It's like that's not gonna happen.
He doesn't... But
It's
guys, he's an Untermensch. He does not belong in our Smash game. Yeah. I can't wait till he does another stream and he goes, some guy was accusing me of being racist for not including Gordon Freeman? What was that about?
And I feel like that's the whole thing that a lot of people just like missed, or not even missed, but just maybe just like you're disagreeing with my approach, right? And then like you're
Yeah,
coming
because your approach was shit. Yeah, actually, what? I'll be. Listen, brother. I'll be so for real with you. Your timelessness principle was like from the rip. I was already scratching my head, and then throughout the entire video, especially if you want sections to note chat, if you want to skim the video on your own, the Pokemon section, the Fire Emblem section, the Xenoblade section was like the sections where I'm like, your principle is just ass, bro. You're just ass. It's just ass. Like again, the Mario character cuts. Straight. Kid Icarus was just like mean for no reason. Kid Icarus was like the worst section of the video, like as a video. Like the worst cuts were Xenoblade and Pokemon. I'd say the worst section of the video was Kid Icarus, because he literally gave me this like whole like scrimbly blimbly diatribe about like, oh, Kid Icarus, the NES version of Kid Icarus was my scrimbly. This modern pit is too modern. I'm not even joking, guys. He was literally like, old pit was better, new pit. Kid Icarus Uprising was just a bunch of anime yapping. And I'm just like, shots fired at one of the best 3DS games ever made? That's what I meant by parting shots. That's what I meant, literally. He gave us how do you expect us to care about your nostalgia, scrimbly, bimbly, like, I used to read the trophies in Melee, and then you just literally write off one of the best games on the 3DS as bunch of anime yappers, when the fucking dialogue in that game is like 40% of the reason to play it. It's actually really funny. Like, I watched some of the cutscenes back on my own time the other day, and it was hilarious. The worst part is he doesn't even bring it up in this stream. Yeah, I saw you left a note. He didn't bring up his classic pit take, because that was easily the worst part about the video, guys. If you want to skim it, I would say skim those sections. It's actually terrible. It's actually so terrible.
and like rather than just saying like, oh, you know, like I see where you're coming from, but I just view Smash kind of differently, or like...
I guarantee you there were a couple of people who said that, but obviously you're like, I guarantee you focus too much on the negativity. If I went to your video right now, I could probably find some people going, yeah, I get what you meant, but yeah, I just don't think this worked out. In fact, I could probably point to you the exact, hang on, I remember one comment off the top of my head right now that fits that exact bill I'm talking about. It was the guy who talked about Pokemon. The Pokemon takes guy. It's probably something. Yes, this guy. Do you think this guy was being a cunt to you, or was he just like, no, yeah, the reason why Pokemon fans didn't like the idea is because it's a bad idea? This guy was like being genuinely quite respectful and helpful. What are we talking about here? Like, again, there was a lot, and you didn't interact with this at all. You didn't reply and say, yeah, that makes sense. You didn't reply at all to this. Because of course you replied to the people saying, like, being a bit arsey to you, you know? So what are we doing here? Oh, yeah. People are lying.
I just don't really care, and I want to see what I like in there, and I don't really care about, like, the cohesion or anything. I'm just sort of like, whatever. That's totally fair. Like, I don't care. Like I said in the video, like, want whatever you want. I could care less. But, like, for me...
Could care less as well. Oh, no. Oh, no. Listen, Mr. Backseat. Remember, you saying you could care less means you do care. Just a little. And I think you do care. I think you do care a lot. I think you care a lot, honestly. Can we see the pinned comment again? Which pinned comment? F7. Oh, hang on. Oh, no. Did you guys reply to him? I hope you guys were nice. I hope you guys were nice.
It's just like, I do think you can take a very, like, curator's type of approach and just, like, arrive at, like, certain, like, basic conclusions where it's like, why are we doing this, right? Like, even with, hold on, let me read the chat, because I don't want to get too... I can talk about this all day.
All right, let's go on to the... Is the next timestamp close by? We've got 2747, out of touch. Oh, he addresses the out of touch allegations, chat. Once again, thank you to Carsform. You're a fucking star, mate. I'll be honest with you. This is actually prime... Could we get another thank you for Carsform, chat? This is prime content, honestly. Fucking hell. Oh, hang on.
Awesome.
Okay. I thought he deleted the VOD there for a second. I thought that was taking a while to load. I thought that's what it was.
Quite a few connections. The problem is that your approach made it seem like you were out of touch. Dude, I'm not out of touch.
You
like,
are! You're literally... Brother is out of touch. You're out of touch, brother. You're old. You're just like, listen, it's okay. I'm old too. We're both old. We could be old. Listen, I love the fact. I will say it with my chest. I think the era of video games I grew up in was probably the best. It's probably the best era of video games. I grew up, like, the time I was born, the SNES was already out. By the time I was like a little scrunkly bunkly, 3D had hit the scene, right? And then we had like the early 3D era of the PS2 and the GameCube. That was just so full of charm, right? Then you had the fantasticness of the Wii and how it revolutionized everything. The birth of online gaming, widespread online gaming with the PS3, Xbox. I grew up in the best era ever. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna boom that old. Do you know what I mean? But like, obviously, you guys had it good too, okay? You guys had it good too, right? But like, of course we're gonna think that. But like, when you put it in video form, you just sound old. Does that make sense? I would never say any of what I just said in like video form, like, because that just makes no sense. Like, why would I want to alienate like 70% of the audience watching? Does that make sense? Why would I want to do that? It makes sense. If I'm going to chat with my fellow boomer, then yeah, fuck it. Yeah, but the GameCube was the best, you know? As much as these old, like, the Zoom Zykes of the world end up hyping up way a bit more for my liking, it was a fantastic console. But you're just booming, brother. But yeah, let's hear more. Let's hear more.
Few connections. The problem is that your approach made it seem like you were out of touch. Dude, I'm not out of touch. Like,
One more interruption, brother. Thank you so much. Dr. Wowie! Thank you for joining the Royal Guard, my man. Normal video production will resume soon. I've just, I've been working like a motherfucker. I'm hoping to tone down my shifts next month, but we'll see. We'll see, gamers. But thank you so much.
I don't really understand that either. Like, where it's like, every time that I made a call that's like unpopular, I like prefaced it with like 10 minutes of like qualifying it and saying, I know you're going to be mad because I know how everyone feels about this. Like, out of touch would be like if I didn't know that what I was saying was unpopular.
Oh, hang on. Guys, can we get a backseat Sakurai I mean, Dr. Wowie mode still. Can we get a backseat Sakurai criticizes backseat Sakurai? Because, like, listen to this one more time, Jam.
About this. Like, out of touch would be like if I didn't know that what I was saying was unpopular.
then how do you explain this? Hang on. Oh, gamers, give me another second. How do you explain this, Dr. Wily? At the end of your Fire Emblem section, if I can find it. If not, I'll just record. I think you'll just have to take my word for it. At the end of your Fire Emblem section, if I'm not mistaken, you literally just said, "Hate me all you want, Fire Emblem fans. You know I'm right." And I'm just like, oh, that really makes it seem like you're in touch, isn't it? That definitely makes it seem like that. Where's the Fire Emblem section? Captain Falcon. Oh, he gets to the single characters here. So these were all the characters with multiple universe. Fire Emblem, is that here? Here we go. No, a bit further back, I think. Somewhere around here. Again, here's Zelda. Got the Zeldas. DDD. Fire Emblem. I'm seeing the Fire Emblem icon over here. It has to be here, right?
Talk about, but we'll get there. Where to even begin?
Oh, we'll get there. Okay, so it's a bit further forward. It's the Pokemon one. Byleth, here it is.
As a community for far too long. I'm cutting Fire Emblem down to a single character.
Definitely not out of touch, right? But even then, even if I was to accept his reasoning, like he ends the segment with...
Are extremely niche. And Ike, Robin, Corrin, and Byleth are going the way of the dodo. And it is what it is. Fire Emblem is a long-running series, but let's put things into perspective. And let me preface this before I speak.
Oh, here it is. Literally, I found the exact timestamp. Look at this, guys. Look.
Additional 3 variants beneath him is more than generous. Hate me, for I speak the truth.
Crazy. Definitely not... I'm just saying I would never. Listen. Listen, I'm a bit of an ego, Andy. I would never. I'm just saying. You're so musty would never. So are you shocked? Like, what the thing is, it's not even that I would never, right? It's like, I would not make a statement like that, but then cry like this. I would be like, oh, no, I'm touched. Do you know what I mean? And you can't have your cake and eat it too. If you're gonna be that guy, if you're gonna be that ego, it's like imagine if when I have like an ego moment, right? Like hang on, what was it? Just earlier, literally earlier in the chat. Hang on. When I was like, the GameCube era is the best era ever made. And was it Kobe said, stop the cap, right? Imagine if I unironically got pissed. What do you mean stop the cap? It's true. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, do you know what I mean? Like, imagine if I unironically got, I can't have it both ways. If I'm going to be like an ego scrimbly, then I can't get annoyed at you when you guys like reject my ego. You can't have it both. You can't do one. You lean into it. You either lean into the fact that you're a heel or become the face, to put it in wrestling terms. I don't know if you're, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be a bit consistent with it, you know? You can't have it both, brother. You can't have it both, you know? I lean into it, okay? I love that shit. On live stream, I think it's funny as hell. In video form, though, I want to be like a bit more... I want my points to resonate more. So in video form, I'm probably going to be less of this. But in the stream, it's fun. I love it.
I'm saying I know that what I'm saying is unpopular and you're not going to like it at first, but you're wrong.
You're wrong.
And I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? There's a difference there. I know that Cloud is more popular than the Black Mage, but... I don't care. Like, you know, like
oh, crazy. Maybe he is leaning into it. Maybe.
No, I'm not insane. I just have a different opinion and a different vision and different priorities, you know, like, which is fine. No one has to agree with that. I'm not saying that makes it correct or whatever. It's just like out of touch is a very specific,
What? It's odd that you take... So you're willing to lean into the fact that you don't care, but you take umbrage with... the phrase out of firstly it implies you do care. Let's not pretend it. You do definitely care. But of all that specific phrase, I don't know. Is someone getting a bit self-conscious about the fact that they're 30 now? Brother, join the club, brother. Lower back pain, constant responsibilities, brother, man. Welcome to the club. Come on, it's brilliant. The water's fine.
I'm gonna try to get into this secret door over here. By the way, this is kind of a pain, but I don't want to.
I think that's it for this timestamp. We're getting to the next one. This is a cast form highlight, chat. A cast form highlight. He's addressing his boomer Cloud take allegations. Is he a boomer or is he a zoomer? Let's find out.
Remake. I just think a lot of these characters have horrible character designs. If I'm going to be honest with you.
Whoa! God damn! A lot, really? Cloud? I'm guessing. Cloud looks so fucking cool. What do you mean?
Like, and if there's better alternatives, like, okay, even with Cloud.
Oh yeah.
If this was like a Smash 64, and we could have like the blocky, I know people are gonna roll their eyes at this and hate it, but when you look at Cloud as like that blocky PS1 model, way better than like this modern take on Cloud.
Jesus, he actually is. That's insane. Brother, you're actually just... This is criminally old. This guy's not... He's pushing 40, chat. That's unbelievable. Like, okay. You're insane. You're old. You're old. Wake up, Sakurai. You're having senile, brother. Like, would it be... He's just 60 at this point. Hey, I'll see you at the retirement home, chump. But it's like, would it be nice if like old Cloud was like one of the skins? Like, you know, Sora has like a, I'm sure it's probably a reference to Kingdom Hearts, but like Sora has like a black and white skin. I'm sure, is that a reference to like the old rubber hose, like 30s Disney? I think that's probably a reference to that. I'm not sure. But like, yeah, he has like charming, oh, even Cloud, Joker has like 2 skins that are dedicated to his like, his look when he's in school, when he's not a phantom thief, right? Maybe you could add like a skin like that, but it's not even that. It's not even that. It's. Oh, it looks so much. It looks damn. It looks so much better. It looks so much better. And the birds. I miss the birds. I miss the birds, Chad. I miss the birds. The birds used to tweet every Saturday morning, but now you don't even hear them anymore. They're all. That's how you sound. Timeless River than Kingdom Hearts 2. Thank you for that. But yeah, I'm sure you could have done that with Cloud, but they just didn't. I guess. I don't know.
Cloud is like a character design that gets worse the more polygons you add, because it's like, why does he look like that?
Old.
Like, right? Like, when it's on the PS1 and it's blocky and it's keeping it to the basic shapes of the character, it's a really appealing, well-rounded design. Whereas it just looks like a guy with an insane haircut. When you... And I'm totally bombing in this game right now. But, hold on, let me read this.
Not just the game, brother. Not just the game.
Chat.
Was that it? Was that it for the take? Yeah, then that was the most of it. Good Lord, what was that? What the hell was that? Grandpa, we actually today, this isn't even a joke anymore, this is just legit. Grandpa needs to have his meds and go to sleep, loud. Oh my Lord. I mean, like, is it fair for me to say, chat, this is like, I'd put this, not the same, I'd put this in the same ballpark, not analogous, I'd put this in the same ballpark as when Sonic Andy's got annoyed that his arms were blue in Sonic Boom. I'm putting this on the same ballpark. Not as bad, I think that's definitely, top 1 worst fan base moments of all time, but this has got to be up. This is like up there. This is like in the same game. You know what I mean? This is the same game, bro. He's the Chris Chan of Smash. It's definitely in the same ballpark. Honestly.
By the way, Homer, what's your least favorite?
Chili green, my fella.
Italy or France?
France.
Nobody ever says
Italy.
Italy.
Sakurai when he sees PS1 Lara Croft,
And
devilish face emoji.
Yeah, bro, he fiends for PS1 Lara Croft the same way I fiend for Rosalina. He's like, those blocks do Santa, you know what I mean? They do Santa, man, they do Santa. You know what? Hey, listen, different strokes for different old folks, I guess. Back to you, Sakurai. Wear the Chris Chan medallion. Wear the Sonic Shoe medallion. Nothing bad will happen, I promise.
I also think it gets weird and contradictory when we talk about something like Pokemon, and people are like, but it's about the Pokemon. You have to respect the Pokemon themselves.
Yeah.
But then when we switch over to Shin Megami Tensei, it can't be about Jack Frost. He's a Goomba.
In all fairness, though, what I would say to you is, everyone knows about Pokemon. No one knows about Shin Megami Tensei. I'll be real with you. No one knows about Shin Megami Tensei. So if you were going to explain to us how Jack Frost is not the Goomba and he's in fact the Pikachu, you have to explain it to us. I'm not surprised that people just called it a Goomba and slandered it and moved on. Okay, I pull up.
You think he's nostalgic for the Atari?
Nah, he's nostalgic for like the fucking Magnavox Odyssey, my bro. But yeah, I would say, listen, Oddworld's a good game. If you want the originals, by the way, Abe's Exodus. If you're gonna play one, play Abe's Exodus. That game's good. All right.
Like, how does that square up? Like, aren't both of these series like centrally centered around? You got to go one way or the other, right? Like, I don't know. Like, it just seems odd. But yeah, so SMT is not Pokemon, so they shouldn't be looked at that way. Like, what does Jack Frost do? Bufu,
He's nostalgic for tennis for two.
Okay, and even then,
what
does Jack Frost do? Bufu, the games are about the player character. Okay, and even then, I gave a secondary idea where I said, well, you could make it sort of like a hero situation where it's just a Devil Buster that can summon the different demons and have like a moon cycle meter and whatever. Like I don't know. I feel like I accounted for a lot of this stuff. And Jack Frost can do a lot of stuff. I mean, first of all, you could have the different Bufu stuff, but Jack Frost can learn other spells besides Bufu. I mean, that's kind of reductive. Even if you had to pair him up with...
Well, then we could have... But then it just goes to show that you didn't explain it well. Like, when you... Like, because if you're asking me... yeah, he's an ice Andy, so he gets Bufu. What else could he do? Like, you have to... Again, it's like if I said, we should add Abe to the game. We could, like, you know, and then I was like, oh, what would he do? It's like, I don't know, like, he could do a possession thing. Like, I don't know. It's like, okay, but then what? Like, You have to, bruv, it's your scribbly. No one gives a shit about SMT, all right? It's 2025. No one cares. Everyone cares about Joker. Everyone cares about Ryuji. For real? Everyone cares about them, okay? So if you're gonna convince me with your 90s boomer ass scribbly, you gotta start from the ground up, okay? You gotta start from the ground up. You started from the position assuming that all of us know who you're talking. I don't know who Jack Frost. I don't care. Right? As far as I'm concerned, Jack Frost was just an enemy, and that's all I care about. Okay, Junpei Ace Detective. That's what I know. Okay, I don't know Jack Frost.
Pyro Jack, and like I said, do like a full Jack Bros character. Maybe even throw in like Pixie in there, like some of these, like just do a little gang of these more iconic demons. I don't know.
Who's iconic? Is this iconic or Ubisoft? You know when Ubisoft, Ubisoft went through a phase, if you guys don't remember, where like throughout the 2010s where they abused the word iconic. This is like Ubisoft iconic. Because like, I barely knew who Jack Frost is, brother. When you said the Jack Bros, I'm like, who the fuck are you talking about? I don't know who you're talking about, little gut. I know about Kawakami. I know a lot about Kawakami. But I don't know about fucking Jack Bro. Who the hell is this? Who are you? Who are you? What are you doing in my house? Pay your taxes.
Don't think it should be Joker. You know what I mean? Like, I think Persona 5 has already gotten enough, like, shine. Like, we get it. Persona 5 is great. Everyone already knows that. What I want is
so why not play him in Smash? If everyone knows he's great, why not play him in Smash? It's not it makes it seem it makes him like, okay, he had what's it, Persona 5 Royal, Strikers, like, yeah, that's it. You've had your share of the cake. Now give it to someone. No, give him more cake. He's the guy. Give him the cake.
Like, all the people who already know Persona 5 is great, to be like, oh wait, this is from the same thing as Persona 5? Maybe I should actually check out all that other stuff, right? Like, that's the point. That's like, I don't think there's anyone on Earth that needs more reinforcement and confirmation that Persona 5 is a good game. It's just,
I don't know. It's just kind of, I think you're boiling down Joker's inclusion as to, hey, he's a representative, as opposed to his moveset is just really fucking cool. Like, maybe it's just kind of cool to play as Joker. I don't know. Either way, let's move on to the next timestamp. It's just booming. I didn't think I'd make this many boomer jokes in one stream, but hey, friendly fire. Although he ain't like us, chat. He ain't like me. All right.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like Lucario.
So this one is the Pokemon. Hang on. Is this a Pokemon trailer? Was it 3918? Is at what point do we shut the valve? Oh, okay. I'm gonna guess this is a cast form highlight again. I'm gonna guess this is like, we have too many. Close the book. Oh, hang on. It's gonna be. Oh, hang on. Close the border rhetoric. Hang on.
Here's the thing. Do we want to go on a whole Pokemon rant right now and really make people mad?
Yeah, why not? Do it.
It's just, there's some of these Smash Bros. Franchises, bro,
hang on.
Where it's just like, we need to just shut the valve. I went with the Gen 1 stuff because it's just like, that stuff is never going to be, like, outdated to me. Like,
you're fucking old. You're just so old. No one, I want to be honest. Chara, take this from a Pokemon fan. I know Pokemon. You don't have to consult Pokemon fans because I am the Pokemon fan. Charizard is literally like your fucking 1-1. Do you know what I mean? It gets in at seniority and that's kind of it. All right, we need a bit more. Like, Charizard is, I'm going to say it, Charizard is not Pokemon representation for the fans, you know? Charizard is like Pikachu, right? Like, if you only have like 2 spots, I guess you do Charizard and Pikachu, right? But if you get a 3rd spot, that's when you make it like interesting. That's when you really like get crazy. Like your Incineroars, your Greninjas, your Lucarios, you know? So I'm just like, it's just boring. It's just boring. If Pikachu's Mario, then Charizard's Luigi, pretty much, honestly. It's like, oh, it's so boring.
I don't even like Pokemon, and I can understand and acknowledge, like, yeah, Mewtwo and Pikachu and the trainers and all this stuff. That's iconic stuff, right? I know Greninja.
Who's to say that Greninja? Oh, he might acknowledge it. Hang on. He might acknowledge it, chat. Hang on. Okay, I pulled up.
Also, yeah, Joker as an SMT rep maybe isn't a good idea. But he isn't. He's a Persona rep.
True.
But they are the same series, but like, does the average gamer know that?
Which makes it even crazier when he cuts Joker for a SMT rep. Why not both? In that case, why not both, right? Why not have a Persona rep and an SMT rep? And then you can say, oh, SMT was the origin of where Persona came from. That would have been interesting. That could have been a good history lesson to have 2, Devil Buster and Joker, but we can't have 2 cakes. Can't have 2 cakes. 2 cakes are illegal, guys. Bum-de-bum-de-bum-bum-ba-da-bum-bum.
Sakurai gave us a game with 86 characters and we are complaining that Makoto Nagi didn't make it.
Yeah, we got 86 characters, but Jongus Florbus didn't get in. Why not Jongus Florbus? No! Smash fans can never be happy. Thank you for the donuts, guys. Appreciate it.
Just the most popular Pokemon. He helped Ash win. He helped Ash beat the Pokemon League.
You do not sound... Oh, he definitely doesn't sound bitter, chat. He definitely doesn't sound bitter when he says this line.
Yeah, Mewtwo and Pikachu and the trainers.
Oh,
and
one
all
more
this
time.
stuff. That's iconic
Hang on,
stuff,
one more
right?
time.
I know Greninja's the most popular Pokemon. He helped Ash win. He helped Ash beat the Pokemon League. I understand. I know. But like, the problem is there's some of these franchises, bro, that when we start talking about them in the context of Smash, people just switch over to talking about like stuff in the Pokemon fandom. When it's like, bro, we're not talking about that. Like, bro, you know what's revealing is that like, I cut half the Mario cast. And people, despite the fact that this is my favorite series, and people didn't really seem to have too much of a problem with that. But it's like Pokemon, if Pokemon isn't 10% of the roster, it's totally underrepresented. Like, how
Firstly, no one said that, firstly. People onlining. Hang on, I'll let him finish.
could you possibly do this? It's like, bro, Fire Emblem, although I will say, the Fire Emblem people were cool. Nobody gave me too much of a problem
Oh,
about
so he literally is just people onlining. He's literally talking about fan bases now. Which is what I would say to you. I think I want to coin this as a new Sir Mercyism. Don't get frustrated, get better. As in, get better at explaining yourself. All right? If the Pokemon fans are mad at you, guess what? It's another day that ends in Y. I guarantee when I do more Pokemon content, I'm going to get the Pokemon fans mad at me. Guess what? I'm not going to get mad at them. I'm going to be better. Okay?
By the way, Homer,
That's what I'm going to
what's
do.
your least favorite?
Because I am better than all of them. All right? I am better than all of them. I am the best.
Nobody ever says Italy.
Bro thinks Charizard is one of the good ones.
One of the good ones, huh? I've heard that rhetoric before, eh, Stick the Man? It's getting a bit hot in here all of a sudden, huh? Bloody hell. I feel like a sauna. Again, Pokemon fans are shit, okay? Let's be real. Pokemon fans are shit. So when you go, oh, but the Pokemon... Like, personally, I don't care. I'm gonna be honest. I don't give a shit. People online, I don't care. What the issue was that I think you did a poor job representing the series. You represented a series that spanned 30 years by characters that were in the first game. All of them. Brother, come on. Like, the worst part is, I don't think it would have been that bad if you just acknowledged. I think that's the worst part, right? I think you would just like needlessly, hey, nice haircut, dingus, to Pokemon throughout the entire section. You're like, yeah, I don't really like Pokemon. Like, even in your SMT section, you literally said, it's like Pokemon, but if it was, good. And I'm just like, I don't, like, firstly, you threw so many parting shots at the Pokemon fans, so of course they're going to be pissed. You throw out a dog shit idea of a Pokemon trainer, so of course they're going to be pissed. And secondly, the only representative was Gen 1 representation. What are we... Brother, like, what did you expect? Like, I'm never going to defend the Pokemon fans, okay? Because they're shit. They're terrible. It's like one of the worst If you said the Pokemon fan base is one of the worst fan bases on the internet, yeah, sure. Like, up there with Sonic. I'm not even joking. They're up there with... I think Sonic fans still take the Ballon d'Or. But, like, Pokemon fans are definitely in the nomination, all right? 100%. So if they're mad at you, fair. But what was your arguments were shit, all right? You don't get frustrated. Get better, all right? Don't get frustrated. Get better, brother. Get better, all right? What you could have done was literally Pikachu, Charizard, Pokemon Trainer, and literally any one of the new Pokemon. Literally any one of them. Any one of them, and people would have been fine, right? But you said to go with Mewtwo. For what? The original boss character? Even Pokemon fans don't give a shit about Mewtwo that much, I'll be real with you. So, like, you had, like, literally, just for context for anyone who doesn't understand Pokemon, he literally did what? Like, the Mario, the Luigi, and the fucking Bowser. And it was like, oh, that's good representation, right? It's like, no, but you had, like, you essentially had the game's version of, like, fucking, like, Prince Peasley and fucking Forful in there, but you decided to cut them, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that's cool. That's cool, isn't it? Undertale, I think Undertale's calmed down a bit. Undertale used to be fucking terrible.
Fire Emblem, which I was shocked about. People brought it up, but nobody was like weird about it. Like,
it's Pokemon fans.
But with some, specifically Pokemon, Fire Emblem, and Xenoblade is becoming the next
absolutely.
one of these, where there's these certain fandoms that just feel like we have to add one new character to the game for this franchise every single time. Otherwise, we're doing like some horrible disservice. When it's like,
no one said this. You're just people say the line. People online keep saying that. I don't believe you. I know, Chile, I don't believe you. No one said this. You're schizophrenic. You're schizophrenic. Show me a screenshot. Show me a video. Show me like a Reddit post that has a couple hundred upvotes. Show me a video that has like a couple thousand views. Show me that there's like any notable person who like isn't just a skunkly bunkly with like a 2 liked comment saying this shit. You can't, because you literally you're schizophrenic. You've made this up.
dude, can we just stop at a certain point? Like, at what point is enough enough? There's other things that exist. Like, I just don't get it. Like, and I understand, like, if you want to make the argument that, okay, maybe I overcorrected, and maybe, yeah, you can throw in Lucario or whatever. Fine. But, like, if anything, I'm trying to just, yeah, I'm going to go extreme with it because the discourse for these franchises has just gotten so ridiculous and out of hand where it's like...
So what, you're going to let the discourse dictate how extreme you get as opposed to your own opinion? This guy's, oh, he's discourse... Not only is he people online chat, he's discourse poisoned. Oh, man, that's like the worst combination of... Oh, that's sad. Oh, this is... At the ripe old age of 30, lads? This is disappointing. It's like the Triforce of like terrible YouTube videos, right? People online, discourse poisoned, old. What was that? That begs the question: why did you even make the video? And I'm not even, like, I said this in the stream, but like I'm being really earnest when I say this. Why did you make the video? If you're gonna make it massive, you called yourself Backseat Sakurai. You gave yourself an air of authority by invoking the man's name himself, the god of Smash, if you will. And you couldn't even bring yourself to like be as impartial, as objective as as any other word that could describe him as possible, you know? Like, it was like, the discourse was so bad, I had to be extreme. No, you didn't. Why are you letting skunklies on the internet dictate how you fit? Jesus Christ. Dude, I don't know if I've ever said this. I would say, you know, the ending of Dimitri December when I appeared on one of his live streams? I don't know if you guys have seen it. It was quite fun, actually. I actually enjoyed talking to him. I do want to invite him onto a live stream at some point again. That was actually quite fun. If there was one statement that made me, like literally made me, like, if I had my face cam on, you would literally see me go, was when he said, I think he said something to the effect of, but Moresty, don't you really want to know what people online think about you? Like, yeah, sometimes I Google my name, and I'm just like, no. No? Like that was like the last thing on my mind. Like, I said it as politely as possible, because obviously, you know, I'm a very diplomatic guy when I want to be. But like at that point, I'm just like, I literally wanted to be like, if Dimitri was a close friend of mine, I literally would have said, Dimitri, what the fuck are you talking about? Because I'm like, well, no, I never want to look. I can count on one finger the amount of time I've looked up my own name. That's just because Swiftjar pointed out, oh, there was people on the subreddit that were pointing you out in the video and said it was cool that you were in my video. And I was like, oh shit, that's quite nice. So I did read some of the comments. That was quite nice. Oh, literally the only time I've ever looked up my own name. I'd never want to do that as long as I live. Are you joking me? Brother, why are you letting people skunklies online? I don't get... Yeah, it's like, I don't talk to... I don't know what people think about me in real life. Exactly true. Actually true. Like, my coworker... Like, in fact, I know my coworkers hate me. There's a bit of coworker law chat. The coworkers have a system at work where... just to go, it's an 8 to 8 shift, right? They have a system where they're like, oh, like we usually come in at 7:30, and then we come like we like to, as an honor system, we like to come in at 7:30, but then I'll like be in at 7:30 as well, so like shift the patterns, and I'm just like, no, I'll come in at 8. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm sure they will hate me. I'm like the only one who isn't going by the honor system. So anytime they see me on the shift, they're probably like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's Mustafa on rota. I'm like, brother. I'll wake up at 6:20. It takes me 40 minutes to get ready. I'm at the door by 7. I'm at work at 7:45, brother, and I'll come and relieve you. All right? I'm not getting in any earlier than that, brother, man. Okay? That's my game plan. So I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care in real life or online. All right? I don't care. I don't care, brother. Neither should you. Sad.
At what point do we just like shut the valve? I never want to see another new Pokemon again. Just stop. It's not.
Oh man, he's not even trying anymore. It's just mask off, isn't it? Take the mask off, Soyjack. Take the mask off. It's great.
Exciting. And then it's like, well, oh, but it's the most popular thing in the world. It's like, okay, but
Listen, I love it. Honestly, I love the straw man voice is hilarious. I give you props. Maybe it's because of the 1.25 times speed. I love the straw man voice.
It's not exciting. And then it's like, well, oh, but it's the most popular thing in the world. It's like, okay, but
Oh, that's brilliant. That's fucking brilliant. I used to name myself when I was younger about it as, nah, I don't want to see people talking negative about me because I'm not there, so they can do that. Yeah, exactly. It's like, for me, it's like, even if it, like, just regardless, I'm just like, I mean, if people like me, then fair, that's amazing. I'm like, oh, that's sweet. But like, me looking up my name also has the chance of me seeing shit I'm not in the mood to see. So I'm just like, I don't want to open up that can of worms. I might see someone brighten up my day, but like, I almost might see someone like say something extremely unfair about me. And I'm like, oh, I'd rather not, to be honest.
Okay, like, who cares though, right? Like, if we have a roster of 70 characters, 7 of the characters are supposed to be Pokemon. 10%. So we go from Smash is supposed to represent all of gaming history, but apparently Pokemon is so universally omnipresent that 10% of the roster should be Pokemon.
That if you're talking about Pokemon, I don't think that sounds like the ridiculous statement he intends it to be, right, chat? Like, I don't think it is, like, it is that. Firstly, no one has said that. No one has said that. Secondly, it is that. It literally is that guy. You're just annoyed that the biggest, the most profitable franchise on planet Earth is one that you don't care about, which is fine. Pokemon isn't for everyone. Like, yeah, especially in the modern day, it's definitely a bit of a harder sell in the modern day. As much as I do love Scarlet and Violet, and I would recommend it to anyone as their first Pokemon game. But there's like 1,000 of these fuckers. It's been going 30 years and strong, nearly 30 years. It's not quite 30, but it's like nearly, it's close to 30 than it's 20. Does that make sense? Like this franchise has been like a stalwart for generations, my fella. If any franchise deserved 10% of the roster, it's Pokemon. I would also say Mario too, but Mario doesn't really have as many. Actually, considering Piranha Plant, I would say, yeah, it probably does have as many cool creatures you could add. But with Pokemon like this, it's like 1,000, brother. It's like it's like the Pokemon. Yeah, it's like the Pokemon on Mario. You know? Do you know what I mean? like, what are we doing here? Just like, fair enough, you don't like Pokemon, but like, you have to acknowledge what a juggernaut is. You know what I mean? Yo, what's up, Biff? What's this guy yapping about? I don't know if you were there. Like, this guy made a terrible Smash video. We watched it last stream. We laughed at it, and he made a cope follow-up live stream. Which is my favorite. I'm gonna be honest, chat. My favorite genre of live streams is a post-video cope live stream. It's like my favorite genre because you get the unhingedness that is a live stream and the less refined nature of like live stream. You get both the best parts of a live stream. You get the unhinged nature and the off-the-cuff chicanery. I love it. It's my favorite part. It's my favorite type of live stream. So we're gonna go through it. Is this the same timestamp still? Oh, we're still going with this one.
Right? Like, if we went just based off of what Pokemon were popular and which Pokemon characters were well-known, the roster would look like a Pokédex. So it's like...
What? No, just bad faith. Bad faith. Unbelievable. Like, no. Like, the reason why Greninja and Lucario win is because they're unbelievably popular, brother. Unbelievably so. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, this is it's a slippery slope, isn't it? Oh, if we had some, we have to add them more. It's a slippery slope fallacy, but that's like one of the oldest fallacies on planet Earth. If something has to get in, then that means everything has to get in, brother. Come on. I don't even want to use the debate bro tactics, but like, that's like so blatantly a slippery slope. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
You just got to cut this stuff off at a certain point. Just stop. Just stop. Like, I would rather, like, again, it's like, dude, I don't get it. Mario has 4 characters on my roster. 4 characters from Mario. Like, how many more Pokemon does Pokemon...
In all fairness, though, you chose 4. You could have had Piranha Plant, but you're like, Pokemon, Piranha Plant's a joke character. I don't want joke characters.
And the crash out in real time on screen.
It's brilliant, isn't it? See, Saul gets it. Saul gets it. We have 2 mons per 3 generations. We might as well add them all. Exactly! Classic,
and Mario.
classic.
I just and the same thing now. This is happening with Xenoblade, and that's part of why.
Keyboard smack? Oh boy.
This is happening with Xenoblade, and that's part
Getting a little mad there, bro. Why you mad? You mad, bro? You mad?
Why I maybe leaned into that a little hard. Where it's like, first of all, Shulk got in when he absolutely shouldn't have. Like, and I know that's kind of like debating with a poltergeist of the past.
I was going to say
right?
that,
but
yeah,
like,
true.
Shulk pops up in Smash 4, meaning he was planned to get in. I'm pretty sure Smash 4 planning started in like 2012. Xenoblade Chronicles came out in 2010. Okay? This game was not on that level, bro.
For someone called Backseat Sakurai, I think your argumentation is like extremely terrible. Like, truly, this is like probably the worst argument you could have used. And the reason I could debunk this entire point with one word, chat. One word. Roy. They've already set the precedent that they're willing to introduce characters from games that aren't even out yet at the time of the game's release. So Shulk doing that too isn't exactly outside of the realms of normality, firstly, right? And secondly, so what? It's a new franchise that they really wanted to press, so why not? Why not? Firstly, we all love Roy now. But yeah, Roy was literally an ad for Fire Emblem 6. He was literally an advertisement. So if you're telling me, Shulk wasn't even deserve it, it's like, neither did Roy, but we all fucking love Roy now. What matters is, do they represent the series well? And Shulk does an amazing job of that. Are you joking? I don't really play that much Shulk. In fact, I don't even see a lot of people play Shulk. But when I see Shulk, I'm like, that's a Smash character. Does that make sense? Like, I'm like, he deserves to be here, 100%. So I'm just like, what are we doing here? Especially in 2025 as well? This is actually unbelievable. Yo, Misty Fire Emblem bad there for true. You're not, if you're so right for that. You're so right for that. Backslash, air slash. This is the Monadas. Now it's Shulk time. I got through that pretty good. Come on,
We're talking about having characters stand next to Mario and Sonic.
Oh my lord. Oh, there's a train wreck. There's a train wreck in real time. Oh my god. He's standing next to Mario. Literally, chat. Can you hear the music? Can you hear it? We can't have the Untermensch in my Smash game. That's how you sound, bro. That's how you sound. Good lord.
And Shulk from
Characters standing next to Mario and Sonic and Jack Frost. It's unbelievable. I can't. For a guy that wants to represent all of gaming history, you're literally turning Smash into like an Ivory, a coastal elite type vibe. You know what I mean? We got your Marios and your Sonics. We can't have you plebeians, Shulks. What's your name even? Shulk? Is that even a real Shulk? Is it Shulk? Is it? I don't even know that. What are we doing here, brother? The idea of Smash is only for the moment. Yeah, literally. I live for the oddball picks, which made me even sad that backseat right. Get out.
Xenoblade Chronicles in Smash 4. So it's like, you know what? We gotta just correct the record here, bro. Like, and I understand. At this point, yeah. Am I saying this is gonna happen? No, of course not. Shulk is gonna be in the game, dude. Like nobody needs to worry about that.
Okay, but that's not the point. The point is not whether he's gonna be in the game. It's whether you would cut him. That's the point. And the point is, yeah, it's terrible that you would cut him. Maybe I could understand if this was back before Shulk was included. You could be like, I don't want him in the game because blah, 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 blah. But he's in the game now. If you're going to actively cut him, you have to have a good reason for it. If your reason is he literally doesn't have as much history, if anything, okay, if you're literally, but he wasn't as relevant at the time he got released. Again, neither was Roy. No one gave a shit about Roy, bro. But he got in. What are we doing here? Do you know what I mean? Like this, and as of now, the series only gotten more popular. Literally, the sales is selling gangbusters, brother. Millions. We're selling Xenoblade millions, chat. Xeno millions. Invest now, gamers. We're going to the moon. Xenoblade 4.
We gotta stop.
10 million.
Now it's like the fan rosters have 5 Xenoblade characters on them because we just. Oh, how could we?
People online. People online. Where's the fan? Point it to me so we can laugh at it too. Point to me the fan roster. Are you gonna look? What are we doing? Billions. Let's go.
Possibly.
Oh, man.
I think it's totally out of touch and insulting to not add every single new protagonist from this game. But it's like so. Kirby that sells 5 times the amount. Where are our 19 Kirby characters then?
The sales, Andy, again, brother. This guy's Bucky, bro. He's a Bucky main in Rivals. He really is, isn't he?
I don't see any, right? I don't see anyone making a serious. It's just the logic doesn't logic, bro. Like, people are not making equivalent requests in all of these series. And again,
people absolutely are. Do you know the amount of times I've seen people say fucking Bandana D? Like, if you can people online, I can people online. Do you know how many people online I've seen that bring up Bandana D? Get out, nerd. You know what? Better yet. Get out.
And I would almost go as far as to say, I would rather cut it back on everyone. Literally, just to get out of this hell of Pokemon and Fire Emblem and Xenoblade just constantly.
You'd get it. He'd literally Thanos snap all of them just so we haven't had this conversation. Hang on.
I would rather cut it back on everyone. Literally, just to get out of this hell of Pokemon and Fire Emblem and Xenoblade just constantly expanding beyond.
Jesus Christmas. On a bicycle. On a unicycle, lad. For everyone. All. That's insane. This guy's having the crash out of a century. Jesus fucking Christ. What do we? I'd rather have no one have fun. I want games to regress. Oh, I want them all to suck. No one can have fun anymore. Brother, I don't think you're cut out to be on the internet. Can I be for real? No wonder this was a cast highlight.
A third of the roster is taken up by 3 franchises, right?
Third, huh? Do you know what else was third?
Like, let's just have one character from every series.
Is that it?
Like, that's how far I'd be willing to go. Like, Like, dude, there are other Nintendo games, bro. I'm sorry. I like, where's our Advance Wars character? Our Nintendo Wars character?
Yeah, where are they? Sell it to me. Why don't you sell it to me? Sell it to me, you know? Go on. Yeah, we could have some Advance Wars. That's a series. Yeah, why not?
Where's our Rhythm Heaven character?
Okay, why not? Why does it have to be holy shit, 2 cakes?
Where's our... I mean, Starfy has, like, 5 games, right?
Yeah, Starfy. Starfy was an assist trophy. Yeah, they could be in the game. Name the character. Tell me. Convince me.
Where's...
You keep saying that these... You keep just, like, throwing things out there, but you're not like, okay, well, like... How would they work in Smash? Every character needs to be grey bricks with no names, true. It needs to be beige. Just all beige. Yeah, it's like, why do we need to... Thank you. Like, why do we need to remove every Mario character and all the Pokemon characters just to have Advance Wars? I don't want that trade. I don't want that trade at all.
Lost me on why the RPG characters must be cut.
Brother, he lost me on Pokemon personally, and Fire Emblem, and Xenoblade. He lost me. I was lost, brother. I'm lost. I need to be found.
I mean, there's just so much... When you get into third-party stuff, that's super Nintendo associated. Like, I dare somebody to try to tell me that Puyo Puyo. People tried to pick on Goemon. People went after Goemon trying to make up fake sales numbers. But try to tell me that Puyo Puyo is not more of a shoo-in for this type of roster, if you know the history, than Shulk from Xenoblade Chronicles. I'm sorry.
Oh my lord! I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be real with you. I do not give a shit about Puyo Puyo. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Again, it's your job as the video man to convince me to care. I don't care about Puyo. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about this. You know, you've made me regress. I don't give a shit about video game history anymore. I don't care. I don't care. Give me Fortnite Jonesy. Give me Master Chief. Give me fucking main character from Destiny. Give me fucking main character from Ninjala. I don't care about history anymore. Just give me all the main characters from Rumbleverse, Knockout City, Bang Bang. Give me everyone. Give me all the Call of Duty. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. You've literally boomed out so hard, I'm gonna go in the hardcore reverse direction. Maximum zoomer, baby. Gamers, Phineas and Ferb. Phineas and Ferb in the next game. Phineas and Ferb. SpongeBob. SpongeBob's in the next game. SpongeBob's in the next game. Skibidi Toilet. Skibidi Toilet confirmed. We're in. We're in, gamers. We're in. Echo Fire. It's like an Ice Climbers thing. Phineas and Ferb. Sanjay and Buford. Buford's gonna be in the game. Candice Party. All the Phineas and Ferb songs are gonna be in there. Yes. Candice Party.
Like,
you're ridiculous.
Hold on, I gotta read it.
Freddy Fazbear. Freddy Fazbear for Smash, baby. Let's go. Thank you so much, Carlo. Appreciate that, brother.
I'm getting
Rabbits.
This is raising my
Rabbits.
Okay.
Hang on, is there any more to this timestamp or are we moving on? There's more apparently, chat. Okay.
Outdated to you. Outdated to pretty much everyone else. Why do we need to shut the valve?
True.
Because there's only so many slots, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's only so much dev time. There's only so many man hours that can go into this. And then, like, people have suggested, and I appreciate...
Well, I mean, if anything, ideally, that's what the cuts are for, right? The reason you cut characters instead of, like, not cutting and adding more is so that you have, like, more dev time, right? So if anything, it goes against you. Like, the reason you cut some characters, right, and you scale the roster back from, chat's going to remind me of the number, to about, like, I don't know, like 60, 55, is so that you have more dead time to add so many more unique characters, right? Like, that's the reason you do it. Like, if you told me right now, they'd cut back Pokemon to, like, Pikachu, Charizard, Pokemon Trainer, and, like, Greninja, right? I'm expecting Cinderace to make a slot, you know, like Gen 8/9 rep, do you know what I mean? And then maybe for DLC, maybe even another one. That's the reason you cut the 89, thank you. That's the reason you cut it, is so that you can, like, fill it back up as it should be. At least that's what makes sense to me, right? So, I don't get it, brother, I don't get it. So if we're doing a man hours argument, that's the reason you cut it, is so that we can add more characters, maybe of the same universe? I don't know. Like would you, what I'd ask you, Sakurai, is that if you're going to cut all of those Pokemon, are you not going to add a new one? Are you not going to add, like, Ceruledge or something? Or Ogerpon? Or fucking Koraidon? Like, are you telling me you wouldn't add one of those? If so, very strange. Very strange behavior, lad. That's what I'm saying.
It, because at least they're kind of acknowledging the point. There are people who will say, well, let's just have rotating characters, right? So, like, maybe we don't need to have 7 Pokemon, but maybe because the characters always update and change, let's add a new one every time and get rid of the old ones. Well, that's fine, but
yeah.
So that means that certain series just get a long burn of one of our newcomers every single time?
Yes. Again, you're using the worst example. Pokemon is that guy. Just admit it. Hey, Pokemon is that guy. Yes. Pokemon does get to do that. 100%. like maybe you could make the argument that maybe there's some like if the next Smash game sets the precedent that rotation is what they're going to do now, right? Let's say they're gonna bench Pyramithra because that's Xenoblade 2. I'm gonna have a Xenoblade 3. I'm like, yeah, okay, that'd be cool, right? So if we're benching, say, Greninja, Incineroar, right, and Lucario, right, then yeah, like 2-3 more reps. Does that make sense? They literally did that. Like, we have a bit of precedent for that, right? Yeah, literally, like Roy, Mewtwo, I was just about to say that. Yeah. So there's been some precedent for this in history, and yeah, we'd be okay with that. Yeah, absolutely. So what would be wrong with that? What would be wrong with doing that for Pokemon? Like, Pokemon gets to get Pokemon and Mario absolutely get the chance to do that. Like, what we. Brother's just old. It's just Pokemon. Is this like is he like, do we take off the mask and it's secretly like a Digimon guy? Like, secret behind that is Agumon? Agumon? What are you doing here? No, hang on, we've got to take off the other mask. We've got to take off the other one. It's not actually Agumon. Palworld guy? What are you doing here? Grr, I don't got nowhere but two if it weren't for those meddling kids and that stupid dog. That's what this sounds like. Oh my god.
That an entire newcomer's worth of development time has to go just to keeping this series up to date.
Yes.
It's like, bro,
Ogre
maybe if the character is going to be...
We want more. I want more women Pokemon representation, chat. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I want Ogerpon. Ogerpon was maligned in the history of the Kitakami region. We need to correct the wrong, chat. We need to break the glass ceiling. Like this stream, chat, if you like women.
Outdated by the next game, we should just not put them in the first place. That's my argument. You know what I'm saying?
What stupid... Hang on, can I hear that back again? Hang on, before I crash out. Hang on, can I hear that again?
Has to go just to keeping this series up to date. It's like, bro, maybe if the character is going to be outdated by the next game, we should just not put them in the first place.
Who said outdated? We just said rotating. There's no... Like, I wouldn't say Greninja or like Incineroar are outdated, or like Lucario, for example. But yeah, I would... Like, if you're asking me right now, I would be happy if I was like, okay, Moresty, you have to rotate out 3 Pokemon, and we're gonna get like another 3. I'm like, okay.
Social justice
Mewtwo, Greninja, Incineroar. You don't bench them, and then we can have 3 new ones, you know?
TBF, I guess Agumon would be a neat addition to Smash. I think a fan game additive.
Hey, Digimon Rep would be kind of funny. Seeing a Pokemon and Digimon finally have that beef from the 90s, that brief beef they had. Finally, finally brought that back. That'd be funny. Actually, what would be wrong with that? He said outdated because of his obsession with timelessness. Again, it's like, if this entire live stream's philosophy is just timelessness, like, your whole thinking is just like backwards, brother. I don't want to say it's wrong, because I can see what you mean when you say timelessness. I can see it, but it just makes no sense for a series like Smash. For a series like Smash that has the vector to do the absolute wondrous thing of representing every era of video games as they are, boiling it down to like mascots and timelessness is just like reductive. If you ask me personally, reductive, brother. And I think you need to like reevaluate this principle of yours. You definitely need to, 100%.
That's my argument. You know what I'm saying? Keep the ones that...
I know you didn't say it was right, George. Don't worry, I got you, okay? Listen, you're one of the good ones, okay, George? You're one of the good ones, okay? You're the reason I love women, okay? And the they-thems as well. I like those as well. Shout out to the they-thems in chat, okay? Gotta be my favorite gender.
And are never going to be outdated. And then leave it at that. Like, what? Like, why does it have to just be an ever... I don't understand this manifest destiny thing of, like... It's just a black hole that has to constantly...
Black hole? Jesus! Bad faith, Batman! Oh my god! Pokemon's a black... It's a blight! The Pokemon fans, yes. The Pokemon rep in Smash, though? That's how you would describe them? Oh, what a sad state of affairs, chat. Oh my lord. He actually has Pokerot, doesn't he? And then, I don't know, man. Do you know... Hey, listen, I'm just saying back to you, Sakurai. I'm not even... You make the joke. You said the line. Do you know what other, manifest destiny? I don't know. It's giving me a little bit of, I'll be honest with you, it's giving me a little bit of that. I'm just saying. Grow.
For the next Smash game, I definitely...
Oh, good lord, what a nightmare. Next timestamp, chat. Next timestamp is 54:46. 54:46. 54, that's about 54... 42. This one is cast from title is waiter, more Xenoblade Chronicles. Gamers, are we back? Oh, hang on. There we go.
It's a Nintendo game at the end of the day. But why is Xenoblade being made in 2010 an issue? You forget this is a Nintendo game at the end of the day. Let's also get into that. Okay.
What was the question on?
You forget this is a Nintendo game at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Let's
okay.
also get into that. Okay. It's a Nintendo game insofar as Nintendo owns it. Okay? But you might say, well, that's weird. You kept Inkling. See, this is where it's also contradictory, and I'm gonna pause the game for a second. This game is too intense. My heart is too in it.
Chat.
People are at once accusing me of being a boomer and cutting anything that's too new.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I said, oh, Inkling was a no-brainer. We might even get an Octoling. We're probably gonna get an Octoling.
Chat, he's doing the joke for me. Oh my god. Some of them could stay. Some of those Untermensch are good people. Some of them are good people. Most of them, though. He's making the joke for me. Oh my god.
And that's fine. I get it. It's Splatoon. You know why? Because Splatoon is actually a Nintendo game.
How may I help you? How may I help you?
Oh yeah, I think
He's
I'm
making.
general.
Yeah, he's actually making
Let me
the
get an
joke.
egg roll with it.
It come with egg one.
This is
It come with egg
unbelievable.
one. Huh? It come with egg one. It come with egg one.
Thank you, our end again, brother.
Each represented franchise gets an additional female.
True!
Pauline
I'm clapping. I'm clapping. I clapped. I clapped when Oren said that. I clapped, gamers. We love women. But as for, what's it? I think Dixicon could definitely work, unironically. Pauline could be interesting. Squid Sisters, I think maybe it's like a... I think Squid Sisters are fine as an assist trophy. I really like their assist trophy. I think it's quite unique. Like, it zooms in the screen and, like, they all eyes on them. I really like their assist. I think they're fine as an assist trophy, but Pauline and Dixie could work, definitely. Dixie especially. I love women.
Spirit, in heart, and it's the design philosophy, okay? Not just because they bought a studio that made the game, and I know they bought Monolith Soft before Xenoblade came out. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is, if you didn't know that Xenoblade was owned by Nintendo, or made by a Nintendo-owned studio, and you just saw gameplay of it out of a random lineup of games, you would never in a million years pick that out as being a Nintendo game.
So? So what, them diversifying equals back... So literally, he's doing it. He's making the joke for me. He's literally. I'm not even. I don't know what to say. It's actually unbelievable. He literally got rejected from art school, chat. I'm not even. He's doing. When I was doing it before, I'm just being a cunt. He's doing. I actually don't know what to say, chat. I'm actually shocked. I'm actually genuinely shocked. I didn't think. Yeah, he's being a Nintendo racist. I don't know what to tell you, chat. I actually have no words. I cannot speak.
And people are gonna get like, whoa, this is a ridiculous argument. No, it's not.
Please, the floor is yours. The floor is yours, Mr. Backseat Sakurai.
Being a Nintendo game, and I'm not saying I'm the sole gatekeeper of that either, by the way, but...
Strong implication, but okay. I'll engage in good faith.
Being a Nintendo game implies a clear design philosophy and approach and a certain level of whimsy and there's something to it that...
No, there isn't. It's just a game that's published by Nintendo. Guys, do you know what he's talking about? I have no idea what he's talking about. If you mean a Nintendo developed game, yeah. I would say Nintendo developed games generally tend to be a bit like Skrunkly Bunkly. Generally. Nintendo published? A Nintendo game? No. Like, Nintendo, it's literally just published by Nintendo. Like, Bayonetta is a Nintendo game, the same way Famicom Detective Club is a Nintendo game, the same way, is Fatal Frame also a Nintendo game? Like, ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Like, I don't know what you mean. I literally have no idea what you mean, no.
goes beyond just them owning the character, right? I would argue that Dragon Quest is more, quote-unquote, Nintendo than Xenoblade is.
Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about?
Back Soy Jakuri when he sees new games.
Back Soy Jakuri. That's it's a round of applause. My favorite Back Soy Jakuri. That's amazing. What an amazing slander name. What an amazing slander name. You know, 10-10. 10 out of 10, brother. That's crazy.
In spirit, in terms of how it presents, in terms of how it comes across, in terms of the aesthetic, in terms of the attitude, in terms of the approach to the game design, how it's deep, but hidden beneath this sort of approachable layer, right? I don't consider Xenoblade to be Nintendo in the same...
I don't consider reality. Chat, he's doing the thing. Oh my god. How did you bring Torres not Mario Kart 9 into Smash? Like, unironically, the worst discourse on the internet. How did you bring that into... What are we doing here? Like, this is the inverse of someone mocking Nintendo games for being kidding. You know, like, this is literally... Like, normally most, like, older Nintendo fans tend to be like, I want them to make like an 18 plus, like a dark, like a dark Mario game, like a Detective Mario kind of game, you know what I mean? Like, where he's like, he deals with like murder cases and stuff, you know, across the Mushroom Kingdom. It's like, that's Nintendo, they're never gonna do it. For him, it's the reverse. He's like, Nintendo is skunkly bunklies. If I see any sort of adult themes, you're not. If I see anime, gone. If I see legs, you're gone. That clues you Bayonetta. I hate women. Like, literally, it's the reverse. He's the worst. Nintendo literally owns... I don't know, Aaron. I don't know.
Same way that Splatoon is Nintendo. Splatoon is obviously a Nintendo game. Splatoon fits right at home.
But to me, Xenoblade kind of looks similar to Nintendo. I know there's differences, I know the differences, but both have visual similarities. Tell it to this guy, bro. Tell it to this guy. Why are you in my chapter? You should be in his, right? By his logic, Paper Mario is not Nintendo. Wario is not Nintendo. Hyrule Warriors is not Nintendo. Fire... It's actually brain dead, chat. He's actually old. He's actually old.
From the day we saw Splatoon, it's like, yep, this is the new Nintendo IP. Why did I say let's keep an ARMS rep? Because the same thing for ARMS, where it has this playful, unique, whimsical, inventive spirit that is what being Nintendo is all about.
I knew gamers were racist, but this is too much for me. This is too much for me.
Can I be honest with you guys? I went and ordered Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition off of Amazon just so that I could try. Just so I could say, you know what, maybe I'm wrong. Because
Okay.
I do trust you guys. I trust Nintendo fans. As much as I think you guys say a lot of ridiculous things, I'm one of you. So, like, at a certain point, it's like, all right, I gotta put the pedal to the metal here. But I hope what I'm saying makes some kind of sense. Hold on, let me see.
Not particularly, if I'm being honest. Not particularly. What, you bought Xenoblade to try it and you didn't like it? I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, brother. Whoever said this is the worst video that's been featured, you might be right. Maybe. And I said, I love this. Like, I'm having fun. I'm loving it. Again, post-cope live streams are like my favorite kind of live streams, unironically, honestly. What's it? What have we got next? Is it next timestamp time? Yeah, pretty much. So we got to 1 hour 2:05, and this one is lovingly labeled visual illiteracy. This is a cast highlight, gamers. Can we go? It's another cast highlight chat. So let's see what this is about.
I mean, maybe I'm just an art guy like that, but it's like visual cohesion.
The joke keeps becoming more true every time, chat. Can I just rewind a little bit?
Why does it have to be Nintendo-like?
Oh, that's the question. Justify
I mean,
the racism.
maybe I'm just an art guy like that, but it's like visual cohesion goes a long way for me. I think, given what they add into the game, Smash does do a pretty brilliant job at making a lot of disparate elements not look terrible when they're next to each other. But I
Put the mic down, backsit. This is sad and pitiful.
You got to back sit your ass down, brother. That's what Super Raul was telling you, brother. I don't know. Will you listen? Backseat Cycle, will you listen?
think people overstate it. Like, I think there's certain characters, like when you're playing an Ultimate, I'm like, this character kind of looks like trash. Like
Who? Really? I don't know. Strange. Okay.
in terms of the aesthetic and how they fit in. Like,
No,
I just don't.
No. What? Hey, bearing in mind, I've been very consistent with this opinion. When what's it? Steve was going through the rounds, and people were like, Steve doesn't look like he fits. Steve, like people, the only person I can say that the Smash community even remotely said this about was Steve. And even when the people said about Steve, I'm like, you guys are actually stupid. You guys are unbelievably stupid, unbelievably so. Like, Steve definitely looks strange compared to most of the cast, but I wouldn't say he's like the worst guy. But do you know who is the best guy? Mocha with 5 gifted memberships, gamers. The gambling is back on the menu. Who's gonna get the gifted subs today? We have got Zoth, Zombie, Colin HD, Mario Fan 333, and J Dow, gamers. Come on down and take your 5 gifted memberships. You get videos a little early once I start getting back on the horse again. And until next time, gamers. Sayonara. Oh, dang it indeed. Oh, dang it indeed. I'm just, yeah, I'm still watching this. I'm still watching this. This is fun. 99% of Moresty viewers quit before they get a free membership. Gamers, don't quit, okay? Stay in the chat. That's the only way you get it. Have a good one, Charlie. What were we on about before? Oh, his racism. Let's get back to the racism chat.
Like the way some of these like more humanoid characters like look like in comparison, not just like as an aesthetic preference, but like in terms of like it looks way cooler to play a match of like Mario versus Kirby than it does to play like Mario versus Sephiroth or something.
Yeah, just this is insane. If anything, that is part of the reason why, and I'm sure I'm speaking to all of you guys, that's part of the reason I fucking love Smash. Like, how many times, chat? How many times? Hang on, let me see if I can find the meme. How many times have you seen, hang on, something like this. Give me a second. Like this. How many times have you, like, what's it? Oh, this. How many times have you seen, like, a post, like this archetype of post in relation to, like, it's a tiny image. Can I get a bigger image than this? However, like this, like for example, something like this, right? Oh, show someone this image of Fortnite and they wouldn't believe you, like something like this. Like, if there's gonna be if you're gonna have a crossover, I want images like this. This is the kind of shit I want to see. This is actually the kind of shit I want to see. I want to see some bonkers, insane matchups. You know, who would have like literally? Who would have thought you'd see Spider-Man with a gun fighting Darth Vader? That's the same feeling I get when I see Mario fighting Sephiroth, fighting Bayonetta, fighting Banjo-Kazooie. What the fuck? Who made this? But you're like, Sakurai made this. The absolute madman made this, you know? Walter White versus Penguin, actually true. So if you're gonna have like a crossover fighter, like make sure the crossover is crossovering, you know? Why not? This dude is convincing us why his opinions are wrong while he's defending himself. That's actually true. Like, if anything, again, I hope you guys understand, this is why I love the post-cope livestream. Because it inadvertently makes their video worse, you know? Because now their justifications for everything they didn't explain has now been explained, and it's horrible. Like, well, how does the quote go? Like, better to have someone think you're a fool and leave them wondering than open your mouth and remove all doubt. That's literally what this is, honestly. It's actually unbelievable. How many times have I said it's actually unbelievable with this live stream?
Let's have some like I don't like I'm trying not to answer this in a way that sounds like mean, but like I don't.
You've been more than just mean, brother. I'll tell you that much.
I can't explain it because it's like if you can't see that to me, like if you can't see how like Black Mage would look more appropriate in Smash Bros compared to Cloud, just visually. Like if you can't just like see that, to me that's like you're in the realm of like just like visual illiteracy almost. Like
the elite, unbelievable. Oh my lord.
I just can't even understand how someone could have that opinion.
Guys, I like cinema. Cinema. You do not get an unbelievably brain-dead statement in a video. You only get that in a live stream, gamers. That's what I'm telling you. This is cinema. This is absolute cinema. Guys, I'm gonna run this joke. I'm not even. You can't even chat. You can't even accuse me of running this joke into the ground. He's doing it for me now. I stopped doing the joke, but he's doing it for me now, chat. If you can't tell, we must get rid of these visually illiterate characters. The Untermensch.
Alright. Let me stop playing. I can't stop playing the game because it's fun, but even though Trophy's coming back... Oh, wait.
Okay. The next timestamp is really close, so I'll just let it play. But the next timestamp is where's Xenoblade's Nintendo whims... Oh my god, Xenoblade again? Hang on. Carlstorm, you mean to tell me he mentioned Xenoblade 3 times, but not his classic pit once? Let's keep going.
Saying Xenoblade isn't a Nintendo game in spirit just shows that you don't really know much about Xenoblade. It's plenty a Nintendo game. It's got the whimsy and the design you talk about. Where's the mascot character? Like not that it's...
No! It doesn't have a mascot there! I can't believe... Frame 1! I can't breathe! I can't fucking breathe! That's unbelievable! Was it? Don't turn me into a marketable plushie. No. This.
Plenty of Nintendo game. It's got the whimsy and the design. You talk
One more
about.
time, please.
Where's the mascot character? Like, not that it's all comes back to mascots, but like I haven't seen it. Like I said, I ordered the game. I'm gonna give it a chance. So maybe I'm wrong, but from everything I've seen, I don't see it. I really don't see it. It comes across as extremely melodramatic, extremely dense, extremely like off-putting. Like I've been playing Nintendo games for my entire life, and even before I was into RPGs. When I saw back in the day in Nintendo Power, when you would see like Dragon Quest stuff, you're like, oh wow, like that kind of looks like
It's just old, man. It's just so brother. He's so old. My fart. He's so old.
I'm not really interested in playing it. It's a little bit anime.
God, can I be real with you, chat? Can I be real with you? I think somebody asked me a couple streams back, right? Who's worse, like gaming boomers or gaming zoomers? And I think, I'm not gonna lie, chat, I think you guys win. I'm not gonna lie. I think you guys win. Well done, zoomers. In the eternal beef of who is worse, I think boomers win. I think this has taken me over the edge. I think you guys win. You guys, it's still close. You guys are still insufferable sometimes, but you guys win. Unironic. I would literally happily do with 10 more. Oh, the 3DS was an underrated gem. Then like one more of this. I'm gonna be so for real with you, because at least when the zoomers be saying this shit, I'm just like, listen, I get it. You know, you're in the phase now where like you're looking back at your childhood fondly. I'm like, okay, do you know? But I'm just like, if you're 30 still doing this, I'm just like, can't start a family, bro. You like the time for nostalgia's over. Sorry, I had the alerts muted because of the memberships. I'm gonna replay it again. But like the time's up, brother. Save the reminiscing for your grandkids, bro.
Chicken with rice.
You can stop.
Let me get an egg roll with
Look to the future.
It come with egg what?
Huh? It come with egg what? It come with egg what?
Backseat Sakurai is like that. Stop posting about Among Us Guy, but with Xenoblade Chronicles.
Stop posting about Xenoblade. I'm tired of seeing it. My friends on Discord send me show. My friends on Twitter send me Pyramithra. I was in a server, right? And all of the channels were just Xenoblade shit. I turned my champion underwear to my girlfriend, and the logo I flipped it. And she went, oh, Xenoblade. Now it's showtime. Ha! Ding, 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 ding. Oh, that's a bit sussy. I've got no more. That's enough of the rant.
For me, it's a little bit fantasy slop. For me, maybe I'm a little bit biased and ignorant, and I'm not fully ready for it. But that slime thing is cute. Those enemies look cute. That looks kind of Nintendo-y. Erdrick, that's a cool character. I remember who that is. That looks cool. So these people are like.
Did he just say? Hang on. Did he just say the S word? Sorry, I was reading chat. My bad.
For me, it's a little bit fantasy slop. For me, maybe.
You did say it. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, maybe I'm a little bit biased and ignorant, and I'm not fully ready for it. But that slime thing is cute. Those enemies look cute. That looks kind of Nintendo-y. Erdrick, that's a cool character. I remember who that is.
Jesus Christ. Dr. Huawei! 1 gifted membership to Gek in the chat. Oh my god, is he related to Gex? Gek, you better say thank you. But if he doesn't say thank you, I'll say thank you. Thank you so much for gifting a membership. Much appreciated.
That looks cool. So these people are like, some of the Xenoblade stuff, it's like, that little character that's supposed to be cute, that weird, like, I don't even know.
Do you know the sad bit is, right? Like, this is a statement I would like say base to if we were just like casually talking in a chat. Like if someone's like, fucking Xenoblade's anime stop it. True! But then he's like, no. No, wait. No, I thought we were joking. No, what? No, you're serious? Do you know what I mean? Because yeah, like I'm definitely one of those. Oh, JRPGs, I'm alright. It's too Japanese. I want my Western games. Anime hair, blue eyes. I get it. Like, do you know what I mean? But like, that'd be like, yeah, fucking too much anime up in here. It's too much. I've had enough of it. But then he'd be like, no, we have to get rid of them. I'm like, no. What are we talking about?
Well, what that thing is that's supposed to be with Shulk, that assist trophy thing.
You can't be racist.
Ricky, I think it's called Ricky. Maybe I'm wrong. Riki. That thing is hideous. If that's the whimsy, leave me out of it, bro. Because that thing is disgusting. Like if that's their idea, and I'm not trying to be mean. Like I said, maybe it's a fantastic game.
No, be
but
mean.
Again, I don't think being a fantastic game is enough. But I've also said I have to be clear. Do I think Xenoblade is going to get cut? Of course not.
Is that enough at this time, Steph? Oh no, he still goes. Okay.
But I'm also just trying to push. I'm intentionally being a little bit provocative in the sense that like.
Oh, I'm trying to get the people going.
I gotta stop seeing these fan rosters that have 5 Xenoblade characters on them, bro.
Oh, gamers again. Discourse poisoned. He literally did it. Yeah, that's the saddest bit, chat. He was discourse Sad. Actually sad. Firstly, show me the fan roster. Their roster's probably better than yours, if I'm being real with you. But secondly, you can't. You have to change your channel name. I'm making a royal decree. I'm making a royal decree to you, back to you. You have to change your name. You cannot invoke the name of Sakurai and be this fucking blatantly biased and bad faith. You just can't. You can't do it, brother. You can't do it. I think it's poor. All right. Using another man's face as your avatar is already strange as it is, but I don't think you can do it anymore.
I want to stop seeing it because it's ridiculous. And like, I honestly blame a lot of these Nintendo YouTubers. Like, no, if I'm not taking shots at anyone, I don't watch other Nintendo YouTube content. But
okay, then. Gamers, do we have a triple kill? A triple kill in one go?
Rosters in the room with us right now.
I don't think they are, Ray. I think he's put it two. Listen to this. A triple kill, gamers. Look at this. Hang on.
A lot of these Nintendo YouTubers, like, no.
I blame Nintendo YouTubers. Who? Okay. Now's your turn. Because I'm a champion, child. I want to be real. One of my, okay, maybe a bit controversial, is that if you are going to be a people online, if you're going to be like I'm blaming the big wigs at the top of our discourse for setting the narrative, name them. No, unironically, name them. Name them. If there was, like, let's say, for example, right? I was like a big Mario Kart guy, right? Let's say, for example, hang on, can I get up? Pause the alert for a second. I'll replay it. Let's say I was a big Mario Kart guy, right? And I really cared about like the discourse and all of this, right? I would probably have called out Odyssey Central for making that Tour City video when he said which Tour City is the least terrible. I would have said that's a horrible way to frame a title. Like, are you kidding me? Like, what? You're poisoning the well on like a archetype of course for like no reason. I think that's a bit unfair, and I think you should change your title. Unironically, I would call him out for that if I cared. I don't really care. I'm being honest. I don't give a shit. But yeah, that's something I'd 100%. If I believed in that enough, I would name and shame him. 100% I would. So if you're gonna invoke, I'm telling you, next time someone does this, chat, you should ask for names. Name them. If you're gonna make it seem like the people at the top of the discourse are to blame, who are they? Can we can have a chat with them. They're people just like you and me. If I was at like the top of a certain type of discourse in a community and someone took umbrage with how I'm framing the discourse, I would love it if someone named and shamed me. Absolutely. Like, take me to task. I mean, presumably you had a point, but yeah, absolutely. If you're like, no, mister, I think this isn't this and that. But like, okay, sure. You know, go for it. If you can convince me, convince me. So if you're telling me there's people up the top, name them. But then what does he say immediately after, chat?
I'm not taking shots at anyone. I don't watch other Nintendo.
Coward's way out, firstly. And then immediately after, chat?
No, YouTube content. But with some of this stuff where it's YouTubers, like, no, if I'm not taking shots at anyone, I don't watch other Nintendo.
You don't even watch them? Why the hell? So then he literally made it up. This isn't even he literally made it up. He's calling out YouTubers that he immediately backs out of and says he doesn't even... A triple kill, gamers. That's why I said it was a triple kill. Invokes big YouTubers, doesn't name. Backs out immediately of that stance, doesn't even... What was the... Listen, hey, if I'm being a little charitable, this is a live stream. He's talking off the cuff. But to like have to go 3 for 3 in a row is insane. That's an insane misspeak if that's a misspeak. That's what I'm saying. Insanity. Anyway, you interrupted Carlo Miguel. It was very rude of you, backseat Sakurai, okay? You interrupted him, all right? How dare. This makes me want to smash fan roster. That's nothing but JRPG visual novel characters. Listen, I'm in. And do I even have a visual novel scribbly? Hey, Monica from DDLC. She gets in. She has to get in.
Content. But with some of this stuff where it's like this toxic positivity, no one's willing to be the boomer who's like, you gotta eat your vegetables, bro. I'm sorry.
Again, I don't necessarily disagree with the idea of like somebody like saying how it is. I don't think that should be you though. If anything, I would say that even I'm more qualified. I'm barely qualified, just the guy. I'm barely qualified to like be like that, like, you know, the objective roster. I'm barely qualified for that. But I think I would easily I could do a better job than you. Easily. And when you say toxic positivity, who? Call them out. Call them out by name. Who are they? So I can go and see and I can verify for myself whether your statements are true. Because if what you're saying is true, I should be able to, as a neutral observer, go to their channel and see exactly what you're talking about. Like, for example, when I stood on business with that take of, I think Nintendo Land is like, it contributes to a fan culture that I think ultimately is negative for Nintendo fans. What I'd point to you is his titles. He literally says blank days until the next Mario. He's like, he's getting fans up in a fury and a fizz for something that might not happen, which contributes to the toxic nature of the fan base, of the community as a whole. Name and shame, brother. Like, again, I stand on that take because I believe it. I believe it to be true. If I believe it to be true, I'm going to name and shame you. Of course I am. So why don't you do the same? Cowardly. It means that you don't even believe in what you stand in. And don't get me wrong, again, if I'm seeing the other side, I can understand when like you're a big enough YouTuber, you have to be careful of like not rocking the boat. I get that. 100% I get that, right? But you are not someone that has to worry about that yet. You have less subscribers than me. We do not have to worry about like rocking the boat for like keeping the peace amongst the big YouTubers, you know? We're not in the ivory tower. So you know what I mean? We're not there yet. Do you know what I mean? Like we are the ones who can rock the boat. So why don't you? That's what annoys me more when these smaller YouTubers won't call people out, because I'm like, you're in the position to be able to. More so, but sad.
We got to have a conversation here. Even though trophies coming back would be cool, I feel like spirits are here to stay.
I think that's the end of that timestamp. We got one close by. People, chat, gamers. Come closer, chat. Come close. A fourth Xenoblade take has hit the towers. We have got a fourth Xenoblade timestamp, chat. A fourth one. Can you believe this? A fourth Xenoblade take, gamers. A fourth one. 4 times, Jeremy. 4. That's insane. Fourth timestamp. I'm running out of time. I gotta leave by like 5:15, by the way. So I got like, how many timestamps are left? Okay, there's not a lot left. We should be able to wrap this up before I get to work, chat. I don't want to be late today. I can't be late. The train's I'm gonna miss the train. All right. So let's speed this up. Which one is this? Hang on. What's this? 106:59.
Called text. The reason there was a fan campaign to do it, which by the way, people take Project Rainfall out of context.
If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Project Rainfall was a petition to get Xenoblade Chronicles released in the West. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I'm concerned, that's what it is. So, if anything, the fact that fans, if you're asking me personally from the outside looking in, if there was enough fan backlash, if there was enough of a rallying cry amongst the fans to release something that was exclusive to Japan in the West, if anything, that bolsters Shulk's claim to being Smash even more. Because for me, if you're thinking about in terms of what do I value in gaming history, chat? For me, I value time periods, right? So Game & Watch, I think, is an excellent rep for like 80s gaming. Your like Ice Climbers, your Duck Hunters, they're represented 90s Nintendo, right? I want to represent eras, but I also, if in the ones with modern history that don't really have like a lot of, legacy to them, I want them to be like an interesting origin. That's the kind of history I want to talk about, right? The history has to, even if it's short, the ones that are short, like I would say have to have a bit more punch about them. And if you're telling me this was a game that was so wanted in the West, like literal hundreds, if I'm not saying it was hundreds of thousands, wasn't it? Cried out to Nintendo to release this in the West, and they finally did. And it became a household franchise. I won't say household, but it became a franchise in its own right, I think. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, how is that not an interesting story? In fact, that's fascinating to me right now. Do you know what I mean? That's fascinating to me. I think at least 50. That's still a massive number. Are you joking me? Like that's a story and a half, So I'm just like, Generals was like 100K. That's a one insane story. Round of applause to all of the Xenoblade fans. Look what your series has become now. It's become like I wouldn't say juggernaut just yet, but it's become a bit of a name, It's become a bit of a name, 100%. So what does he have to say about this?
The reason there was a fan campaign was not because of Xenoblade Chronicles in particular, because it was just so important. It's because we were in a particular era of the Wii when RPGs were completely dry on the console, okay? Dragon Quest X was a Japanese exclusive MMO that we didn't get in the States. The Wii had kind of fallen into this shovelware, casual Wii sports machine, and I love the Wii, that's not me disparaging the Wii, but the tone of the industry was, hey, we're not getting any of these games, people are disparaging all these Japanese RPGs, they're not selling well in the West, and now Nintendo isn't going to bring these games over. So,
okay, now what you have to prove to me is that Xenoblade wasn't the forefront of that, it was an afterthought. If that's the case, then maybe fair, but that's what you have to prove to me. Are you going to do that in the middle of your live stream? I doubt it, but...
Because we want some of these games to be localized, we're going to do this campaign about 3 different games. The Last Tower, The Last Story, Pandora's Tower, was it called? I think was the other one, and Xenoblade Chronicles, so that's not a Xenoblade fan campaign. And then Iwata says it should be called Xenoblade. Yeah, he didn't believe in the game, and he wanted to tie it, they didn't believe the game would sell, and they wanted to tie it to something that had pre-existing history, right? I mean, that's a marketing move.
This just sounds like you're just mad. This just sounds like you're mad. That's what this... Jesus Christ, this is just molding. The fact that it still doesn't localize Mother 3 tells me that the outcry for Xenoblade was ridiculously high scale. Yeah, exactly. It must have been. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. But if anything, that just bolsters Xenoblade's claims even more. It's just old. I'm going to skip to the next one. Again, I'm going a bit faster. We go to 1:16:24. This is another cast highlight, chat. The quote is, "It was a good video." Was it? Was it really? If you're asking me, I think it was not really. It was a poorly made. Was it poorly made? I'd say it's poorly thought out. That's probably the right word I want to say.
Really putting that much friggin' effort into... Who's really putting that much friggin' effort into, like, let's talk about the next Smash game type videos? You know how easy it would be for me to just, like, put a webcam up and be like, alright, let me talk into the thing and say, well, let's add Waluigi this time.
If there's guys, I'm gonna be honest. As a small scrimbly YouTuber, if there's an archetype of YouTuber that, like, now bearing in mind this is just one statement. This might apply to him depending on what he says later. I don't know if it does. I'm pausing and ending him on purpose. It's the type that think they're better than everyone else because of like all these bigwigs get all they do is just turn on day webcam, and it's like the bitter one. I'm just like, what? Do that too then. If it's that easy, you do it too, bitch. Like it's like. What are you offering other than your bitterness? At least, at the very least, like, as much as I thought, like, TWD's, like, what's it, Mario Kart 8 video was, like, less than stellar, I would have fault him for it as being a big YouTuber. Like, people said that's, like, in line with his style. So it's just like, oh, his style just isn't for me then. And I just moved on. Does that make sense? Like, the only YouTubers that I would say, like, deserve this kind of, vitriol are the ones that you genuinely think are doing a bad, which is what I said about Nintendo Land, for example. I think he's doing a bad. He's obviously not a criminal, not criminally bad, but I think he's doing a bad with the types of titling and framing he does in his hype videos. You see what I mean? And I'm willing to call him out on that. So I'm just like, what? This is just, you know what I mean? I also put a lot of time into my videos, but I certainly hope if I made a dog shit video, people would speak up on it. Effort doesn't always get exempt from good faith criticism. Thank you. Can I get... Thank you, Bear. Everyone say thank you, Jacob. But yeah, it's like, I don't get like this elitism from like making long videos. I don't get it. Like you chose this life. Why are you jealous? Do you know what I mean? Like I like making long live streams and long form videos or like medium form videos. Like I do, but I'm not fucking... I hate this. I don't, again, maybe this might have just been a fleeting point and he moves on. Maybe he's not the type I'm talking about, but I just fucking hate it. Do you know what I mean? I hate this like mindset. I hate this so much. There's nothing wrong with the content made more casual. If anything, those videos can be really good sometimes. Critical or Scash would be a popular if they are. Exactly. Like there's room it's two cakes again, chat. There is room for your Scott Stashes and your Scott the Wazzies. What do you?
I'll propose a compromise for this.
Thank you so much, Kate.
We take out all the Pokemon and Xenoblade and replace them with more Fire Emblem.
I clapped. Gamers, I clapped. I clapped when Gex super chatted that to me. Thank you so much. This whole stream has just been racism and two cakes. Hates two cakes. Honestly. Thanks so much, brother.
And just edit it together in a matter of 30 minutes, and it's just... I don't know.
So I'm not giving you any props for just because you made a long video. I'm never doing that. I don't give a shit. Just to reiterate what I said before, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
I'll be honest, I'm sure the back half is more normal.
Was that it for this timestamp, or was there more? No, there's more.
But it's front-loaded with stuff I perceive as purposely inflammatory. Rage.
Yes!
That's not rage, dude.
Yes!
We gotta look at the roster again, because I think you guys are exaggerating, dude. Like, I don't understand if...
He's getting mad, Chat. He's getting mad.
I feel like these comments are dude, where it's like, get into new characters. I will. Let me just finish this up, and I promise I'll get into new characters.
Hang on. He really doesn't like cake, sir. That's why he removes all the women. Actually, like, top 5 chat message ever made. Oh, is he bringing it up?
What was I saying? I'll be honest, I'm sure the back up, blah, blah, blah. If what I presented in that video to you is, like, so disrespectful to Smash, that it's like, I can't even imagine playing a Smash game like that. Like, how did you guys play Smash 4 pre-DLC? Or any of the games before that? Like, I don't understand. Like...
Because the precedent wasn't set for what Smash can be now, that's why. Like, what's stupid? What dog shit? Good lord. What? What do I say? Oh, how could you play 64? I only had 12 characters. Yeah, because at the time that was like, and if anything, at the time, yeah, Smash 4's roster was massive. Yeah, so we loved it. And even when we go back to it, I still think it's fine. What? I don't know. I don't know what the point. Maybe he elaborates. Hang on.
I obviously went into the roster with the assumption of like, we have to cut stuff, unfortunately. So yeah, like that's what it's gonna be. I just don't
Again, that's not what people took umbrage with. Like, Smash roster cuts have been a genre of video. That seems like a valid question. Which one? What he said? Repeat it.
get it. Like, people literally just based off of Xenoblade, a little bit of Fire Emblem, and Pokemon. It's like suddenly like rage bait. Like, I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know, brother. Whack. Your hairline, whack. I'll be honest with you. Oh, yours? Oh, mine. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am a good question asker. That's what I'm like. And then we got one final timestamp chat, which I got to speed up because again, I gotta get it to work. I'm glad I left my work bag at work, so I don't have to pack it or do anything. So the last timestamp, after the previous timestamp, he goes into his most wanted newcomers. Spoilers: at least 50% of these guys are excite bike levels of boomer. He does manage to slide in one last bit of Xenoblade hate. Why is bro so... Gamers, hang on, chat, an alert, a musty alert. A fifth! Chat, I'm just saying he can no longer say he doesn't care. He 100% cares. Xenoblade is living in this guy's head rent-free. That's unbelievable. Brother, this is insane. Let's go to the final timestamp. It's all near the end. So let's see his final, like his roster, shall we? Let's have a look at all his newcomers as well while we're here. So what have we got?
Listen.
Hang on, let's have a look. Ali, don't know who that is. Goemon, it was a me skin. Just leave it at that. Bomberman would be kind of cool. Andy, who's this Andy? Don't care. Lit from Panel de Pon, fair. Doom guy, hey, fuck it, I fuck with it. Lolo, don't know who you are, don't care. Shiren, don't care. II would be great. Dr. Wright, no, he has a weird stash. Of course, you like the guy with the weird stash. Shantae, I fuck with Shantae. Rhythm Girl, no, get her out. Isaac, not mascot enough. Isaac, no, he's an assist trophy. He can stay that way. Ray's a regular trophy. He can stay. Rayman, yeah! Rayman can come in. Ayumi, no. Sukapon, no, get him gone. Haku, no. Takamaru, don't know who that is. Balloon Fight, fair. Starfy, I think Starfy gets in. Chibi Robo, I think Chibi Robo gets in. Kururin, nah, old. Tails would be kind of cool. Jack Frost, Black Mage, no. Diddy and Dixie, I think would be a cool rework of Diddy Kong, yeah. Octoling as an Echo Fighter, yeah. Don't know who the hell this is, don't know who the hell that is. Old. Old and old. This looks like a Smash wishlist from 2005. Oh man, crazy. Booming to the very end, huh? Crazy. But let's get this last bit of Xenoblade hate out, shall we?
Overcorrected. Like I said, with the Xenoblade stuff, maybe I overcorrected. Maybe
you did.
I'm not immune to being whatever, but you know, I just don't like that. It's like, wow, like I think it was a little bit excessive with the like. Okay, that seemed to literally 80% of the stuff that people had to say about the video, about a 76-minute long video, was about Xenoblade. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, hey, brother, welcome to YouTube. Welcome to YouTube. Yippee! That's just gonna happen. What we talking about? Yeah, because yeah. Welcome to the internet. A good chunk of my comments on my Mario Kart Wii videos. Gold mine, Moonry Highway. Oh, you fell off, Musty. It's like, yeah, that's just well done. That's just the internet, bro. What are we talking about? Look at your wish list, dude. I'm going to jail.
I mean, so it's like, all right, like, come on. All of these ideas are cool. Everything.
And if anything, do you know what makes us even sadder, Baxi Sakurai? Someone like me who doesn't really care for, I wouldn't say hate, obviously, but I just don't really care for Xenoblade. If I took a massive umbrage with your point, how do you think the Xenoblade fans felt? Are you joking me? Like, you just, like, what? Like, would you, like, have some self-awareness, lad? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? Just to be clear, I was kind of slandering old. I don't doubt that any one of these, given the Sakurai treatment, would be kind of fun. I just think you focused way too much on old. That's when I say old, I literally mean that. A lot of these franchises are like fucking old scrunklies, okay? Like, if I was gonna do newcomers, I would do a mix of history. Which, again, for someone who claims to love Smash for its history, modern history is history. It seems like, again, we made the joke last time, didn't we? Anything past the Wii, he's like, oh, no. No. I'm not joking, chat. I would make a genuine, if I'm making a newcomers video, I would make a genuine shout for a FNAF rep. 100%. Are you kidding me? Like, FNAF single-handedly spawned an entire subgenre of like kickstarted an entire subgenre of horror. There's no way that doesn't get like for a historical representation, 100% it deserves to get in. The only thing that would be an issue is how do you like a series with like characters that are generally like, you know, stilted, and like how do you represent that in Smash? Do you know what I mean? Like it'd be difficult. But like 100, like if we're talking in terms of like modern day representation, FNAF has to get in 100%. Like it has to be like, if I'm going to choose one, I think FNAF is definitely up there. You know, 100%.
To say is like,
but like, if you told that to this guy, he'd be like, Spring, yeah, probably Springtrap. I don't know. Springtrap could work. You guys probably have to help me flesh that out. But I would 100%. Firstly, it'd be funny. Firstly, it'd just be hilarious. But secondly, FNAF would, like, as a historical story, I think it's fantastic. 100%. Edwin. My name is Edwin.
cool. You have a ton of cool ideas.
But I think is that it? And there's more. Hang on.
But one character is worth me like hating. I'm not saying you, Waffle Man. I'm just saying like it felt a little bit like, oh my god, like, you know, I think we have room to like disagree about like one or two like.
Oh, it's okay. But either way, that's it, gamers. Even to the very end, he hated Xenoblade. Gamers, cinema, absolute cinema. Mr. Baxi Sakurai, you made for some cinematic content. I'll tell you that much. I'm gonna try and get the the last VOD and this one up on the second channel as soon as possible. Okay, because the world needs to see this. The world needs to see the absolute misogyny that was involved in the first stream and the absolute. You know, allusions to a certain mustachioed fellow from the 1930s and 40s. That was this live stream. So fun stuff, gamers, fun stuff all around. I got it's 17. Oh, guys, I'm running late. I'm gonna miss my train. I got a train to catch, gamers. So until next time, chat. Alright, gamers, if your name starts with J, you get a goodbye. No one else gets a goodbye. Jedi Legolas, you get a goodbye. JD, you get a goodbye. Who else? Who else gets a goodbye? Is anyone else? No J's? Any more J's? Joe gets a goodbye. Jaxler, Onlo gets a goodbye. Everyone else, instead, you get Foghorn.